Hi everyone, welcome to another stream. What a difference a week makes. Right, as you can see, I've moved hotels. You might not be able to make it out really clearly, but I'm actually in a pink room. And believe it or not, when I took the room, I didn't really notice it because you don't really look at the walls too much, do you? But it's starting to get to them a little bit. It was getting to me, now I'm getting used to it. So yeah, pink walls. I'll talk about this hotel a little bit later on because it's really, it's like the hotel from The Shining. Do you remember the movie The Shining? It's a big hotel. I've not seen anybody else here, only me. Big long corridors, no one. I've never seen not a single person with a suitcase, but nice hotel. Other than that, it's just a bit spooky, you know. Right, welcome to the stream, guys. Over 100 on already. Nice to see you in. Obviously, I'm still in Pattaya or Pattaya, however you want to announce it. I'll be talking about what sort of a week I've had here, what's going on. Guys, it is busy. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. People say, oh, it's not the same as pre-COVID. It isn't quite the same as pre-COVID, but it is busy. I hope I'm using this thing again as well. I hope the sound's okay. Take cover off webcam. You're so suspicious, you lot, aren't you? No, I've got a no, we'll keep it as it is. It's pitch black. Is there a power issue? No, hang on. What's going on there then? You can't see anything. Camera. No, it should be fine. Should be seeing everything fine. Let me just open it up on YouTube because I don't know what's going on here. Have we got a technical issue? I hope not. Right. Yeah. Hang on. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Well, which one's the webcam? Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Okay. Oh, this is awful when this happens. I can't even find. Hang on. Why are we in pitch blackness? Let me try this camera. This is awful, this camera. I'm not going to use this, guys. This is the... I'm echoing. Hang on. Echoing. Let me get rid of this. Oh, what's going on here? Right. Okay. Right. I'm going to change. Let me try and change over again. Right. Camera. Right. Can you let me know, guys? Can you see me or not? Sorry, crap, handsome man. You haven't got good heart. There you are. Put the black screen back on. Thank you very much. Can you actually see me? Just can a couple of people confirm that you can actually see me now because it was black. I did look on. I don't want to waste time and go back to YouTube and bring up the thing again. Just let me know. Can you see me? Is the camera on? There you are, but very dark. I'm going to have to check it on YouTube. Hang on. Oh, dear. No, it's just the room's dark. The room's dark. That's fine. We'll go with it. The quality's not great, is it? Okay, look, let's not waste any time. Hopefully, I have got quite a fast connection. It should clean itself up. So let's carry on with the stream. Always puts me out when something like that happens. I don't know why it was black. Right, let's start saying hi to everybody. Who we got on this stream? Let's have a look. Filth on a Stick. Vampire Girl said she is going to introduce Peter to her vampire life. So guess that means it's going to have to learn how to sleep in a coffin. Okay, we'll get her up later. I'm getting somebody is messaging me big time. So Franco, we can't see you, but we can see you, but very blurry quality crap. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try and sort this out before we go on. Hang on. Because it was really good last week. I was really pleased with it. Yeah, it's really bad, isn't it? Okay. I don't really know what to do other than let me change cameras over again. See, this camera's terrible. I don't want to use this camera. This is the integrated web camera. So let me have one more go at going back on this one. Make sure everything's plugged in. How is it now, Franco? Oh, okay. Right, okay, who else we got? And Anders Bergman, good day, everyone. Hope for an interesting, rewarding live stream today. Yeah, Donald Trump, YouTube present will be there, Peter. That's good. Clive, hey, Peter, hope you're having a great time. I was looking forward to the stream, but I'm really pissed off that this is not, the quality's not there now. Let's have a quick look at this again. I know, I might be on the wrong internet connection. Hang on. No, I'm on the right internet connection. Why is it so bad? Bear with me. It's really bad, isn't it? Okay. Filter and stick, still blurry. Maybe unplug it and try a different USB port. Okay, I don't think it's that, but let me plug it directly in. Hang on. This is awful. All right, let's unplug it there. All right. Okay, I'm still here. Bear with me. I just want to. I've just plugged it into a different start camera. Right, how's that? Let me just check it myself. This is what happens when you're in hotel rooms on the other side of the world. These things happen. It doesn't always go straight. It's still not good, is it? Let me try a different internet connection. Okay, what we got now? Is that any better? Share the hairy muff. Do you like the? Have you changed your camera to be external? Let me just see this catch up. That's slightly better, isn't it? Okay. It's clean. Yeah, it's cleaning up now, guys. It's cleaning up. Just let it settle down. Okay, let's get back on the stream. It always throws me out when this stuff happens. I hate it. Hate it. Okay, let's have a quick beer, then we carry on. Right. Okay. Martin Ryder. Here's Franco. Now, what are you telling me? Hang on. Everyone is saying we can live with it. Just carry on. Okay. Right. Okay. Good. Good. All right. We'll live with it. Okay. It looked actually better then, anyway. So, but it just throws me off. You know, I came in all bouncy, and now I'm a bit perturbed. Okay. It'll go away in a minute. Lester Paul, how you doing? Yeah. Martin Blunston. Hello, Peter and all. Having a great time and a lot of naughty stuff. Yeah. Nick, we're ready. Damon, evening, Mr. Peter. Let's put you up there. Evening, Mr. Peter and chat. Have a great stream, everyone. Damon has become a very good friend of mine on the stream, and I've never met him, but he's going to be in Pattaya a week today, so I'll probably meet him on Monday. I did meet a couple of guys. I don't think they're going to be watching this because obviously they're in town, they're out mongering, but I heard some good stories. But I met Marky Mark. You know, Marky Mark's in the stream every week. He was with a guy called Brad, and there they are. They took me for lunch at Hooters there. The handsome guy in the middle, that's me. And then we did a bit of a pose. Marky Mark's the one in the kind of reddish and bluish shirt. Brad's the one in the black shirt. And that's another one we took with one of those lovely girls who works in Hooters. So really good to meet up with some subscribers. Mark's been on the stream for the last 2 years. He's in every single week. And it was really good to meet him. Also, I want to say, let me just say hi to a couple of people. I want to say hi to Carl Fitzgerald. He's another subscriber I met. He invited me for lunch. He took me for lunch at Weatherspoons, had fish and chips. It was brilliant. So, Carl, if you do watch this eventually, great to meet you, mate, and thanks for lunch. I do appreciate it, as always. I'm going to say thanks to the fake Ed as well, because he sends me so many emails. I don't always have time to go through them all, but he sends me a lot of stuff. Some of it's interesting, some of it I don't write back to him. But thanks if you watch this. And I also want to say hi to Colin, Big Colin, who I met in the hotel near Cheap Charlie's the other week there, bought me a drink. So thanks to you. Now, guys, we've got 3 competitions tonight, and I'm going to be talking about the Windmill Club and Kinks and all the rest of it. I've been sort of mongering around this week. Let me just get my mojo back now, because that camera threw me off a little bit. I'm going to have one final look just to satisfy myself that it's not too bad, because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Let me have a quick look at this. Brilliant, brilliant. It's back. It's back. It's back. Okay, give me 5 minutes. My mojo will come back. I can really get in it again. What's going on here? That's it. Right. Kind of threw me off. Over 200 in now. If you're just coming, nice to see you. Passimo, how you doing? You've joined. That's good. My credit card expired, and I think you just linked that to the wrong account. Okay, I trust you. Whatever. Butterfly Kisses of Arizona. Driving up north now in Red Rocks, Sedona, Arizona. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, is that you? Are you a female viewer, or is that because a lot of guys they use like pretty girls or whatever, but they're not. They're actually guys. Is that you? I believe you are a female, aren't you? Right, John Paul, great to see you back. As I missed the last few streams, yeah, it's kind of weird because I don't go out on a Sunday night because what I do on a Sunday, I've got a routine now. The stories take a lot of time, and the quality was crap of the stories last week. There was some problem with the cable, and it was cracking, and it took me all afternoon to record the stories and edit them. And I was in a dilemma. I thought, this isn't good, but do I spend another afternoon sitting in a hotel room? And I thought, you know what? It's the first time the quality has been bad. I'm just going to go with it, and we'll sort it out next week. And they'll be much better this week or next Saturday. DB Cooper, how you doing? Have another drink and let's get started. Yeah, we're okay now. I think the quality is pretty good. I honestly don't know what happened there. It pisses me off. Anyway, Boohoo, greetings from California. Yeah, how you doing? Dutch frying, I am a monga. I think we knew that. Let's go with some of these older ones. Is that Sheila there? No, she had a hairy muff. I do like these hairy stuff. Well done. Okay. Scott G, how you doing now? It's okay. Yeah, thank you. Filth on a Stick. I think I know who Filth on a Stick is. Wait, perfect now. It was, the quality was brilliant last week. I don't know why. I've done everything the same and it's just cocked up, but it's okay now. So hopefully, fingers and toes crossed, it will stay like this. Yeah, sounds improving. I'm going to use this little cheap thing here, Mr. Superstar, yeah, heaps better. How you doing? Rob, how you doing, mate? You still have it on the laptop webcam? No, not now. It should be on the regular. It's on the regular one now. Nexo. Yeah, I use a Nex. It's called a Nexo. I brought my camera from home because the laptop one's crap. This is quite good. The picture should be quite good. There's a little bit of a glare from the glasses. I've turned it down. Who else we got in there? Did I say check your Wi-Fi speed? Do you know what? It's honestly, I've done a lot since I've been here, and I've just got somebody's helped me get a contract phone because you go to 7-Eleven, you get these like month SIM cards and they run out and you've got to do it all again. It's not always the fastest speed. I got a Thai person to help me sign up on a contract. I'm paying 1,200 baht a month. It's a minimum contract of 12 months. I'm moving out here anyway. I've got 5G on the phone. I'm getting something like 80 gig here. I've had 300 gig in Soy Bacau. It puts England to shame. It really does. The sort of speeds we get there, even with real good connection as it was supposed to be there. Thailand fan, it's getting better. Don't worry. Okay, we won't talk about that anymore now. Pesty McNuggets, how you doing? Fitz 778. Have you had your hole yet, Peter? Oh, is that Fitz? Is that you who I met in the bar the other day? Let me say hi to him. Let's just play with this aircon. Yeah, Fitzy, he's another long-time subscriber. I had a few drinks with him. We had some laughs with a couple of girls. They were playing pool and what have you. And I did say I'd go back to the bar, and I met some other people, so that didn't happen. And I met a lot of other guys who it was a real fleeting kind of hello, goodbye, I watch your channel. I can't remember names unless I sort of sit down for a while. I can't remember any of them guys, but if I met you, it was good to meet you at the time, but it was just very quick, wasn't it? So yeah, what's been happening since last week? So I had a bit of a Monga night out last night because normally I like to go to LK Metro. I go to Time Bar, I go to the Billabong Bar and that sort of thing. And I thought I haven't really been to Walking Street, because I've kind of grown out of it. And I was supposed to meet Marky. I totally screwed up last night because Marky Mark said, "Look, meet me in Hooters on the beach road." And for some reason, God only knows, I went to the Hard Rock Cafe. I don't know why. And obviously, I couldn't find him because he wasn't there. And we didn't have line or phone number, so it was emails. So I'd send him an email, and I'd get a reply 20 minutes back, and the same for him. So eventually, I got on a BART bus. I got fed up walking around the Hard Rock, and I went to Walking Street, and I actually passed Hooters, but I didn't realize he was in there. And I was in Walking Street, and he said, "Oh, we're actually in Hooters." And I said, "Well, I'll come back." And then I thought, well, hang on. I've got to get a BART bus all the way down the second road again, come down one of the soys, travel up Beach Road. And by then I'd had enough. I said, "Look, I'll tell you what, Mark, I'll see you tomorrow lunchtime." And we met today and we had a nice lunch together. But anyway, the reason I'm telling you that is because I was in Walking Street. It's just changed so much now. There's so many, it's all neon. It reminds me of someone like Benidorm or, Blackpool or something. It's just neon, neon, neon. So what I've decided to do, because I don't really like it down there as much as I do in LK Metro, those sort of places. So I was talking to Mark today, and he's been going in some of the go-go bars, and he said there's some real nice things to see down there. And I went in the windmill last night, and for guys who will tell you and say, "Oh, it's not busy, it's very quiet here," I couldn't get a seat. Well, I got a seat eventually, but I was kind of on the corner of where the stage was, on the corner, squeezed next to a big guy, and eventually I kind of bullied my way into a decent seat. But it's busy, it's real busy. So what I've decided to do, because I've spent most of my time here in Soy Buakhao, which is also very, very busy. All the hotels are full, most of them. And I thought, well, you know what? I've stayed in today because I've done the stories today. I'm doing this live stream now. It's now midnight here in Thailand. So what I've decided to do, when this will all be clear by tomorrow. And what I'm going to do tomorrow night, I'm going to try and go in as many go-go bars as I can on Walking Street, and just tell you what I found next week. Because like I said, I went in the Windmill Club last night. I went into Kinks. I'm a regular customer in there at the moment. I'm a real regular. Girls are starting to know my name. But yeah, I just want to go and have a look, and it just looks so alien to me, because everything it's like big money's gone in there now. And I'll tell you one thing I noticed about Walking Street, which I didn't notice about Soy Buakhao. There's a lot of people in Walking Street who aren't spending any money. And what I mean by that is people in Soy Buakhao, LK Metro, all the Soy Diana, all them, they're there, they go to the bars, they're entertaining the ladies, they're spending money. But there's a lot of tourists in Walking Street who don't want to drink, or they don't want to go in the bars. All they do is the number of people walking down Walking Street holding the camera up. They're walking like this all the way down Walking Street. And you even see groups with, like tour groups going down there. And it's like, it's just so not how it used to be, and I don't really like it down there now because of that. I prefer the other side. But I will make a trip down there tomorrow and see what's going on. Charles Saunders, Butterfly Kisses of Arrows, unique. I missed it. Where's that gone? Unique username, yes. Nino, Dutch Frank, yes. She is Kink. First floor is a place to be. Yeah, and Nino, Dutch Frank, if you haven't been to Kink, visit Kink. They do things in there you wouldn't want your mother to see, honestly. Matthew Cartwright, how are you doing? Okay, so no. So what else? Keenock, how you doing? Kink regular. You have your manga cramp here. Yeah, I've got my manga stripes, but let me. You know my name though, don't you? Because I'm still kind of technically married. So let me put that up there. Where are we? There we are. Put that up there. Okay, and get rid of Matthew's. Okay, so butterflies and kiss arrows. Thanks, Charles. Okay. Look, the failed manga there. That's my name for the moment. That might change over time. Nomi Inspector, I became a regular in Kink on my last trip. I wonder why. Yeah, but you know what? I can't go into too much detail, but the windmill is really good as well. It's a different kind of thing. They don't quite get up to the antics that they get into Kink. Not much left to the imagination, but it's kind of good in there as well. Just gotta be careful what I say. Woofy Nons, okay. Martin Bloodston, Peter the Go-Go Man. Yeah, I mean, oldest Go-Go boy in town. Thai Billy Boy, greetings, Peter. Yeah, how you doing? Red Hammer, it's that upstairs Kink. Yeah. Yeah, Dutch Frang, Skyfall. I have been in there before, but it was like 5 years ago. And that's one of the first I'm going to plan to go in there. Mark, how you doing? I just had your photograph up there. What are you calling it? You're calling yourself Thai Bart 20, is it? Okay, look, just in case you've just come in and you missed it. Look, I did put our picture up there. Look, there's that's us earlier today there. And one with Brad there as well. Right. Okay, but I'm surprised you're in the stream, actually. I thought you'd be out mongering as you're here. Who else we got in? Tom Robinson, I'd say that's a decent budget. Okay, there's a bit of conversations going on between each other. Yeah, Thai Billy Boy, how you doing? Black Bolt, okay. Windmill Peter, impressive, most impressive. Yeah, it's great. It's I don't like to be hassled. Some of the bars on Walking Street, as I understand it now, you go in there and they just dive on you, and it's like, oh, leave me alone, it's the same in Kink. I was in there last night and I was standing up, and one of, they've got this stage where all the naughty stuff goes on. Then they've got the other stage where girls are just dancing in kind of, not much on, as it were. And I got talking, one of the girls was against the pillow because she was waiting to go on. And I just, got talking, oh, where you from, how long you worked here, that sort of thing, all innocent stuff. And, straight away, one of the waitresses come up, you buy her a drink. I said, if I wanted to buy her a drink, I'd have called you over, but in a nice way, but I hate all that. I hate being hassled for drinks. The drinks, even in the go-go bars, the ladies' drinks, the one in Kink, they're 195 baht, which is expensive. But when you think in Bangkok in a beer bar, they're like, some of them are like 250 baht. So yeah. David, is it Holiday? Holiday. Hi Peter, thank you for keeping the live streams going. Listen to them while I'm working normally. Yeah, I can't really put any nice backdrops up though, David, because you need a green screen, because if you put it up, the lines of your head go mushy, it just doesn't look nice. Mickey Berkshire, how you doing? Skyfall Open was in there last week. Yeah, well, they're all open. It's like pre-COVID now. You can go in any of them. Yeah, I wish. Fighting them off, I wish, yeah. Dick's enormous there, yeah. Pumping it through, yeah. Just going back on some of these older ones here. The Wutong Life, pink wall, older building. I don't think let me tell you about this hotel. I'm going to do a review of it, but not now because I'm here. I'll do it and then I'll put it up when I leave. So this hotel, I told you last week, let me have a quick slurp on this. When I decided, because my passport's in immigration, I could have come down. I decided, I thought, oh, sorry, I might as well stay down here because it's cheap till the end of the month, get my passport, then I'll go back to Bangkok. I was in Bangkok 2 days ago. I went up to do a video on Simon's Cannabis Factory. That'll be coming out later in the week. And I'm doing another one on the bus. I actually took the bus. I've never taken the bus in Thailand before. It was great. I'll tell you about that as well. But yeah, I couldn't find a hotel in Soi Buakhao. And this is really close to Soi Buakhao. It's a third road. So when you come out of this hotel, it's a little lane. You literally cross over third road and you're in a soy that comes out at Weatherspoons. That's how close it is. But this hotel is in a funny location. And I've rented a motorbike, so I'm no problem for me. I was around on the bike all day. At night, last night I went into town to meet Mark, and it cost me 40 baht in a Bolt taxi. It was here in 2 minutes, so no rip-offs. And the hotel's brilliant. I'm paying 540 baht a night for it. It's now coming up on some of the booking sites to 600 baht a night, but it's still really cheap. Now, when you get a really cheap hotel in Soi Buakhao, a lot of them are very dark and you just wouldn't want to spend any time in them. And because I work on the PC a lot, I'm editing videos, I need to be in a nice environment, which is bright, And I've actually undone the bulbs at the back of the room there because when I finish the stream, I'll do them up again because what happens, they're so bright that it would hurt your eyes. But this hotel, it's huge. I'm ex-hotel, and I think this is 200 to 300 rooms. But it's just, I haven't seen another guest. When I go out of here, it's a real long corridor. There must be 20 doors down one side, and then it's kind of open plan. So when you go out, outside the front door here, you're on a corridor. But on the other side of this, opposite this door, it's kind of outside. You can look out over. And I've been here a week now in this hotel. I haven't seen a person on this floor, not even the maid, because when I go out, I come back, my room's clean. I mean, they clean the room. The cleanliness is great. The bed is big. The room's perfect. It's got a balcony. It's fantastic for what I'm paying for it. But I've never seen another guest. It's like Damien said. I keep thinking I'm going to go out there and see those two girls on the little bikes, like The Shining. But you go down to the lobby. There's a girl who sleeps in a chair all night down there, like a deck chair. There's no one. There's no security that I see. I've not seen somebody with a suitcase. The car park's empty. It's like I'm the only one here. It's weird, really weird. I will make a video about it. Okay, I'm just reading some of the messages between each other there. Butterflies and kisses, filth and a stick. You've never tasted my cooking. Sounds like an invitation there. Right, T-Money, what are you saying? Hi, Peter. I was on a vacation last week in a small beach town in the USA and heard the Monga Minutes music on the radio of a local advertiser. It's made me think of the channel. Oh, right, really? Well, let's do the Monga Minute. Let's do the Monga Minute, or should we say, we'll do it now. Yeah, well, you know it's an old one, don't you? Because it says more next Friday. I'm kind of rerunning the stuff I did earlier. Right, if you're just doing welcome, about 300 in now. Let me just say hi to Steve. Yours Travels. Only just in, was the thumbnail that said 6 p.m. old from before the clocks went back, or did it say 5 p.m.? I'm pretty sure it said 5 p.m. because the first couple of streams I did here, Steve, it did say 6 a.m. and then the clocks went back. So that's an hour early, and it was 5 p.m. I'm pretty sure of it. But you're here now. That's good. And thanks for the heads up on that idiot. I did contact Capio and some others, and I just said, look, this guy's basically a troll. There's a guy who's gone on to some other streams. Basically, it's for everyone else. Now, there's a guy's gone on to some other streams, and he said, oh, Peter's Thailand band's become really boring, and he's a narcissist, and just real crap about me, And I don't know why people do things like that, but I tend to think they're kind of unhappy with their own lives. But anyway, Steve, thanks for the heads up. Right, Damon. Peter, I forgot to ask you today. Did you want me to bring anything over for you? Food, snacks, toilet? You can pretty much get it all here. Very, very kind of you to ask, Damien, but I'm okay for the moment. Let me just say thank you to a very generous man who does this most weeks, Richard. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. Good evening, Peter. I hope you're well. Have a few beers on me. I will. It's good that you came in late because the beginning of the stream today was a disaster. It all went wrong. First it was black and then it was a bad picture, but I believe it's okay now. Black Bolt said the red dress, great pockets. Yeah, okay, absolutely. Let me go back to where I was. There were some interesting comments there. Andy Warner, love it. Yeah. Okay. So where else? I mean, guys, I'm here now. If there's anything you want to know, I mean, I think most of you are coming out real soon, but if there's anything you want to know, now's the time to ask. Right. That's right. Asif, have you been in touch with the family? Right. I'll tell you something really interesting about that. My daughters, who I don't really get on with, they're in Lisbon at the moment. They've gone away together. They get on really well. And they've been super friendly to me. I don't know what it is. Like they send me pictures of what they've had for dinner and all nice messages. There's no bitching, there's no bickering, there's no finger pointing. And when we live at home, that doesn't happen. But my wife, believe it or not, has not sent me a single text since I left. I've been away now probably. When did I get out here? What we now, the 6th. I've been out here over a month. She hasn't even sent me a text. How are you? How's things going? So, I mean, sends a very clear message, doesn't it? She just doesn't want to know. Tom Robinson. Filth on a stick. I will have to go back. Okay, let me just put the rates up. I'll talk about this as well a little bit. Okay, let me just get rid of that stupid failed manga thing there, and I want to talk about the rates a little bit. Right, there's that gone. Right, okay, so as you can see from there, it's still okay. The baht's 42 to the pound. You will get 42 as long as you change it the TT change boost. Don't change it the fake TT boost. But it was 44 a few days ago. It's come down a little bit. When I got here, it was 38 baht to the pound. 42 is okay. It gets painful when it drops under 40 baht. So let's hope. You can see all the other currencies there. It's pretty much stable with all the other currencies. It's just the UK. Okay, so let's get rid of those. Okay, who else we've got in now? Let's have a look, get some of these newer comments up. Right, Mazda. Good evening, Peter. Butterflies and kisses. You're high on occasion. You're getting a real fan club here. Butterflies and kisses. Butterflies and kisses. Yeah. Tony, thank you, mate. Very kind of you. Tony's 7682. Really enjoyed the story about Crossroads Hotel this week. It reminded me of the Star Wars being CC. Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and when the stories came out this week, I was really pissed off on myself because there was that cracking sound, and it wasn't, it was a bit kind of off-putting. And I thought, well, if I listened to this, it would put me off. But there's so many hours going to the recording. I thought, do I want to do it again? And I'm hearing Pattaya. I thought, you know what, they'll deal with it for 1 week, But I've sorted it out. I've been out buying bloody microphones galore. I've got microphones coming out my ears. I want to make sure it's right for next week. Right. Did any of you see that video that somebody put? I won't name names here, but did any of you see that video that somebody put out? A YouTuber about thumbnails, clickbait, and all that sort of thing. I watched it today. It was very interesting. Now, the guy who put the video out, I do respect him. He's one of the guys that was my kind of mentor on YouTube. Before I started YouTube, there were about 2 or 3 guys that I used to watch that kind of influenced my style. And the guy who put out the video today about the clickbait thumbnails, I do very much respect what he does and who he is and all the rest of it. But I didn't kind of agree really on his subject of the clickbait. So what he was saying he's gone away on his travels soon. And he was saying that he doesn't think it's a good idea to put sexy girls on the thumbnails because YouTube are coming down hard on people, and it's misrepresentation of what your channel is all about and what you're doing. But you know, I've got a different take on it. I don't like totally disagree with him. What he said some he's a very intelligent man. He says some very intelligent things. But my take on the clickbait thumbnails, I think I know he was talking about. He wasn't having a dig at me. He was talking about a guy. He's got a Thai girlfriend who's very beautiful. She's got a lovely set of coconuts, and she wears a thong, and she's on the front of most of his videos on the thumbnail. So she looks, you know, she's very enticing. But you know, you've seen my thumbnails. I do the same sort of thing. But my kind of take on it is, look, you go to get your tires changed in a garage, and there's a calendar on the wall advertising, you know, tires from a particular company. You're not going to see a picture of some spanners and a tire. You'll see the tire, but then you'll see a girl in a bikini bent over a bonnet or with a leg on the bonnet. Something. Sex sells at the end of the day, doesn't it? And I can tell you now, really, who doesn't like to look at a pretty girl? I don't think there's anything wrong with putting up some, you know, some kind of thumbnails that are a little bit pretty girls. And my own theory, as far as YouTube coming down hard on people, my own rule is, if you can see it on the beach, YouTube can't really do a lot about it, right? Because if you're putting a girl in a bikini and she could walk on a beach like that, then what are you doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong, are you? Because you could see that girl on the beach. It's when you go one step forward and, you know, they start showing a bit too much. But I just thought I'd mention that because, like I say, I like the guy, very respect what he does. But I just got a different take on it myself. What do you guys think? You know, what about these pretty girls on thumbnails? Do you think we should all pack it in and just represent what the channel's about? I can tell you now, if I could put two exact same videos up, I could put a picture of a sexy girl on one and a picture of a temple on the other, and the temple would do that and the sexy picture would do that. It's just sex sells, guys. It really does. It's not misleading. The way I look at it is, people like to look at a picture of a pretty girl at the end of the day. I do anyway. Okay, Welsh 32. I'm off to catch National Express in 4 hours to Heathrow for my flight to Thailand. I bet you're looking forward to it. I got the National Express coach for the first time down to Heathrow, and I thought it was very good. It took a bit longer. It had 4 stops, but it was, you know, it was £22. What do you expect? Right, I did something I've never done before. I was talking to Andrew Hammond, who is a real backpacker, you know. He saves money wherever he can. He said to me, Peter, why do you take these taxis? Take the bus. And I've never done it. I thought, you know what? I'm going to have a go at it, because I went up to see Simon. So I'll just very, very briefly, because I'm going to make a video of it. So from my hotel to the bus station, and it goes to Edgermire, okay, which is on the BTS line, it cost me 50 baht, okay? The bus ticket to get to Edgermire cost me 131 baht, and it took me 2 hours. It was aircon. It had curtains to keep the sun out. It was very, very comfortable. As I say, 2 hours. I got to Edgermire, 100 yards. I was on the BTS, got off at Nana. I think that's the way I'm going to travel from now. I'm going to go to Hua Hin next month to do some filming. You know, it's a 4-hour trip in the bus, but I think that's the way to do it. You know, if you're out here on a budget, if you think about it, me going to Bangkok and coming back, if I'd have spent 3,000 baht on taxis, well, that's how many? That's 5 nights in this hotel, you know. Okay, I'm going to put that up and read it, because I'm very wary of your comments, because some of your comments you put up on the videos, I'm kind of like, you know, Legia. Okay, laugh out loud. I guess people haven't searched for how to shave public hair on YouTube. It is legal content. But that's different to putting up sexy pictures, because I remember there was one time I got this picture of a girl sitting on a swimming pool sideways, and you could kind of see her breasts, but you couldn't see any nipples, just the breast from the side. But she had a full-piece swimming costume on, but you could see the side of the breast. And YouTube took it down, and I wrote to them and said, look, I really like the picture. Can you reconsider? There's no nudity, and what she's wearing on a beach. And they were like, no, it breaches our policies. So, but something like you're talking about, how to shape up it, that's a how-to video. I could imagine that's totally legit. Nino, besides kink, I've heard some interesting stories on Discord about Maggie May, but the quality of the girls doesn't seem the same, but still nice stories. Right? Yeah, I had somebody from months ago, they kept leaving comments saying, what about the Maggie Mays? And I was like, what the hell are they talking about? You know, and they were just kind of stealthily promoting that place. So I don't really want to talk about it, because they kind of pissed me off a bit doing it. If they'd have come to me and said, look, give us a mention, I said, yeah, no problem. But doing it like that was very underhand. Ray Stewart, just a reminder to switch off your data roaming Arrived in Thailand today, and by the time I got to Pattaya, I used up 40 pounds. Well, there's a simple answer to that, Ray. You just remove your SIM card, you know, and you won't have any roaming. What I do when I get to Bangkok is I go straight to the SIM card desk. They take out the SIM, they put a new SIM in for Thailand, and my SIM, that's it until I go back to the UK. But I'll give you a top tip. You know, the SIM is about that size, isn't it? Very easy to lose. Before you leave the UK, get one of those, you know, the plastic bags that you put sandwiches in, maybe about that size. They seal up. You buy them from Tesco's. Write on it in a black felt tip card, UK SIM. And when they take your SIM card out, put it in there. It's a lot easier to find a plastic bag than it is a tiny little SIM. That's what I do. Mark Davis. Is £90 a day spending money sufficient, Peter, for a 3-week holiday in Pattaya, all hotel and accommodation? I think you mean has been paid. £90, you're talking, what's that, about 3,800 baht. It depends what you're going to do. If you're going to be buying ladies' drinks and bar finding girls and you know, having games of Connect 4 for a couple of hours, it definitely isn't enough. You know, you'll be needing 4,000 baht a day. But if you're just going out and having a few, you go out for dinner, you have a few drinks. Yeah, it is. It's more than enough. But the money goes on anything related to female company. You know, you sit with a girl, you buy her a couple of drinks. There's £10 gone. Okay. If you want her company, you know, there's another, what, I don't know, 20, 25, 30, whatever it is. And then, you know, 50 quid for her. You know, that's where the money goes. Yeah, do you know what? You ask me this every week, and I've got the same answer. I haven't been to a gentleman's club yet. I've got to go, and I know where they are. They're opposite the hotel I was staying in. They're all over the place, but there's a few down on Soy 15 where the fire was last, so we can film the fire. I will go, definitely. I can confirm the lower end gents clubs are very low end. Yeah. I can definitely tell you the best looking girls, if you come here because you want a bit of female company and you want stunners, Walking Street, the go-go bars. I mean, I've only been in a couple, but, you know, Soy Bakal it doesn't really compete quality-wise. Right, yours travels again. £90 a day in Pattaya, that's just the price of a girl now. Yeah. I was trying to say it in a more subdued way, but it's not a lot of money, really, is it? I would say if you're coming out here for the day and your hotel and everything's paid for, I'd say budget £100 a day minimum, absolute minimum. You know, but I know guys, you know, £200, £300 a day. You know, I mean, you're on holiday. I know it's a lot of money, but you know, the last thing you want to do is come out here and not have enough money. Right, Scott. If you have the time, may as well take the bus. Well, it's not about being a cheap Charlie, Scott. Yeah, I'm not in a hurry, and it was a great experience, and I've actually filmed it, and I'm going to actually do a video about not how to take the bus, but just my experience, and hopefully a few more guys will do it. Apple will hate me for that, won't she? Right, Andrew said we're talking about the clickbait thumbnails again. I love those thumbs. I just want to know where you find those pics. Never yet where can you find those girls. Well, with regards to the pictures, that's the final product that you see on my thumbnails. There's a lot of work goes into them. That's not how I find them. You know, I have to take backgrounds out of them. I have to trim around the edges, you know, and there's a lot of work to do. But yeah, I'm not going to tell you where I find them because, you know, other YouTubers might go off and get them. Right. Thank you, Mazza. Hit fiver. Here's 100 baht towards your next 2 lunches, Peter. We were laughing at that today because when I got down, I didn't expect Marky Mark to buy me lunch. Very generous. And I didn't take the piss. I had a Caesar salad. That's all I had. And when I got there today, Mark says to me, he says, look, whatever you want for lunch, it's on me. And I said, Mark, you know, you've given me a super chat every week. Let me treat you for a change. And he's like, no, I insist. So, you know, I thought, okay, fine. And then he said, I'm not going to give you 100 baht towards your lunch. And I was like, well, thanks for that. Yeah, T-Money says, it's not being cheap taking the bus. Well, I've never done it before, T-Money, but watch a video when I do it because it's so easy. And I think a lot of people, what it is, they get into a comfort zone where it's just so easy that your taxi picks you up at the front door and you think, oh, I don't know where the bus station is. Oh, I don't know where to get the BTS. Once you've done it once, you'll never go back. You'll never go back. I won't. I certainly won't. Lester Paul, add up the, I'll put yours up in a minute, yours. Yeah. Lester Paul says, add up the drinks, ladies' drinks, bar fine, short time, long time. May as well just go for a good Nuriel soapy. Okay. Different point of view there. Right. Yours. 250 pound a day for the days you have a lady as you're buying her food and drinks as well. Yeah, and I mean that's another good point. You know, if a lot of guys when they come here, they want a bit more than a kind of short game of Connect 4. What they want to do is they want to have that girlfriend relationship. and they might meet somebody who's, oh, hang on, they might meet somebody who's very, very nice. And they want to spend a week with her, or at least a few days with her, you know, meet her, go out with her in the daytime and stuff, which is pleasant. But don't forget, your bill is now doubled, because you go for a, you know, you go for a breakfast, you get a nice breakfast, say 140 baht, you know, nice roast, 150 baht. But when you got somebody with you, that doubles, doesn't it? So, you know, you've got to put that into the equation. I mean, personally, I wouldn't come here on, I've tried to do it a bit cheaper this time, because I'm here till, I hope, January, if I can change my ticket. But, you know, if you're coming here for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'd just say, make sure, don't come out here with too much of a tight budget. You know, yeah, skimp on your hotel a little bit, nothing wrong with that. I don't mind staying in cheap hotels, but they've got to be, you know, right for me. I can't live in a shithole. You know, but yeah, again, it's all down to what you plan to do when you're here. Right. Nomyo Inspector says, if you're coming out to Pattaya to enjoy yourself, bring too much money. Yeah, the advice I used to give people was, whatever you budget, put a third on top of it. So if you're thinking, right, well, I need £2,000 for the month, I can't work out what a third of a 2,000 is now. It's let's just say easy numbers. Say is it £1,000? Bring 3,000 out, because if you don't spend it, you haven't lost it. You take it back with you, can't you? Filth on a stick. What software do you use to trim the photos? I'm not telling you. Right, took me ages to find it. Right, Nate Travel. I used to do them by hand, to be honest with you. I use a program called Fireworks, and what you do, you have the original picture, and you go round the outside with a kind of a pen. It's really difficult because your hand's shaky, and sometimes the shape. Do you know the hardest bit to do when you remove backgrounds? It's the hands. The hands are really difficult. You know, it's not. I used to do them by hand, but now I found some software. But even with the software, you have to trim it sometimes because it's not quite right. But they look really good when you have a thumbnail and you put the girl on there with no background. They look really good. They really do. And I'm not going to stop using them. I don't care if people say they're clickbait or not. Yeah, BART bus is awesome. I live in Jomtien, and they're cheap. They're cheap. You know, just don't let them rip you off. The golden rule of BART buses is get in every time with the exact money. Don't expect change. Is that how do you say that, Sandra Taylor? It depends what you want channel to reflect with regards to thumbnails. Would not say if the said pics are your partner and they agree to it. What is wrong with that? Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, if you've got a YouTube channel, you want viewers, you want new subscribers, and you know, it is a fact to life. If I stop putting thumbnails up of pretty girls and I just put, say, a picture of a tuk-tuk or a picture of Sukhumvit or Bangkok lit up at night time, I wouldn't get half the clicks that I get, because it's not that people click on them and they expect to see porn. It's not that. It's just you see a pretty girl and you just look, don't you? You know. I'll take the criticism. I'm not bothered. I'm keeping them. Right, Jeff Traveller, are you meeting up with Ed when he is there? I don't think so, because he made that video, didn't he? He said he's going to be a lone wolf, and all the other YouTubers, if they see him walking down the street, should ignore him, not even say hello. So I don't know. I mean, I did streams with him. Everything's cool. I don't think I've upset him anyway. But I don't, you know, I mean, I don't want to go up to the guy and say hello, because he said he doesn't want to say hello to anyone. So probably not. No. Nino, if your budget is £100 or lower the day, you'd better go with Thai Friendly or Beach Road leftovers. Very blunt. Who was that? Nino. Very blunt, but to the point. David Barnett, I rent a car at the airport and just drive to Pattaya, just like having a car when in Thailand, but do use boat. Yeah, I don't really see the point in renting a car. Is it any cheaper? I don't know. Maybe you use it while you're down here. I've got my motorcycle license I'm going to get in a week or two. That's great. I got stopped by the police again today. That's 8 times now, but no problem. He pulled me over. I tried to dodge him for fun. You know, he's like this, and he ran over to me, and I pulled over this way, and he was like waving his hands, but I could see he's smiling under his mask. And I kind of went round. I went, all right, you got me. And not a word was spoken. I got off before he said anything. I got off, opened the back. He knew I knew, and I knew he knew. Took out the license, showed it to him. He checked it, looked at me, and he just, on my way, no problem. It's a game now, isn't it? It's a game. I quite enjoy it, actually, being in the right, you know. Yours travels again. I had 2 girls sorted out. Yeah, lovely girls, yours. Nice pictures you sent me today, both for full days. So fee, food, drink, and activities like going to the island. Yeah, it's nice to have a bit of company, to be honest with you. I don't know what I'm going to do when I live out here. I'm single when I come out here. But I'm so terrified after reading all these stories. Okay. Daniel Mills, I usually take about £2,050 notes. Well, that's a good point, Daniel, because I don't know if you know this, if you haven't been out here before, but the higher the denomination, the better rate you get. So if you change £100 and £20 notes as opposed to £50 notes, you'll get slightly less. And the notes must be perfect. No tears, no writing on them, no overly creased. So just reject them otherwise. Okay, Mr. Superstar, I agree for the full experience, including Connect 4 games, minimum $8,000 a day. That's probably about £7,000 a day. 8,000 I was in Bangkok 3 weeks ago, and everything is so expensive when compared. That can't be right. $8,000 a day? Jesus Christ. I think you mean a week, right? How do I say that? IQ neg, is it? You know it's going to cost pounds, days. Why bother trying to count pennies to save money? If you brought enough, you want... yeah, well, I'm in a different position, aren't I? Because when I come out here on vacation, I agree with your comment, but I'm kind of doing a practice run for being an expat out here. So I am kind of in holiday mode, but I'm not going out every night. I'm spending 2 or 3 nights in the room, and I'll work on YouTube. I'll watch Netflix. I'll have a drink in the room. I do things now like taking the bus to Bangkok rather than a taxi. And that's not because I don't have money or I can't afford to do it, but I just think because I'm out here for such a long time and I'm going to come out here full time, I need to really practice, practice being, a little bit more frugal with my cash, as it were. Jeff Traveller, would be good if you'd done a vlog in Bang Sarai. I used to stay there many years ago, but I imagine it's changed a lot now. The problem is it's nearly 1 o'clock in the morning. So for me to go anywhere with my laptop at this time of the morning, it's dangerous. It's not dangerous, but it's not, sitting in here. I know it's not the most exciting viewing with my pink walls here, but I can talk and I can have a drink and everything. It's just this time difference, isn't it? Filth on a stick. I think he means, oh, okay, 8,000 baht a day. Yeah, that's more like it. I was going to say not 8,000. It did have the dollar sign there. That's I read it. That's why I said it. Right, I got a few competitions for you tonight, guys. I'm going to do one now, and this one is, these are a rerun of some I've done a long time ago. Okay, so this one, this is the 8 Asian ladies, okay? Only one of them is Thai, and the object of the game is to tell me which number lady you think is a Thai girl, because they're from all over, Philippines, Indonesia, China, and we're looking for the Thai girl, okay? Just because they're a bit old, I've had to write the answers down there. Okay, so here we go. I'll run this. Just tell me which one is the Thai girl. Okay, let's see who got it right. We're looking for the Thai girl. James Casey, hi, welcome to the chat, but you are wrong on this one. Franco, no. Tony Watson, no. Richard Woolley, no. Simon Goodison, no. Thai Billy Boy, no. Mercy Pool, no. David Barnett, well done, you got it right. Mad Delic, is it? Rail, no. Rabbi Jackson, no. Red Hammer, no. Steve P, no. 4K Chill Vibes, no. Simon Mays, no. James Casey, no. Rumble, no. Leeds, no. Nino, yeah, well done, you got it. Open Bob, no. Damon, no. Combo Blast, is it? No. Barry from EastEnders, no. David McCune, no. Kevin Davis, no. Hang on, let's get these songs. Clive, no. Corporate McMahon, no. Smiler McGee, yes, well done to you. Paul Rogers, no. Robert, no. Rob, yeah, you got it. Well done to you, Rob. Mr. Superstar, no. Jackson J, yes, you got it. Got to take a shirt, is it? No. Boohoo, yeah, you got it right this week. Boohoo, well done. Valator 66, I can't say that, but no. Butterfly and Kisses of Arizona, you got it. I'm just going to call you Butterfly and Kisses from now because it's a real long name, but you got it right. Well done. Dexter, no. Mike Jones, no. Super nice, yes. Dutch Farang, isn't 8 some superstar? I have no idea. David Pipe, no. How you doing, David? Nice to see you in the stream. Ken Christopherson, no. Robert Bronson, yes. Thailand fan, 2, one day it will be 2. One day. Nomyo Inspector, yes, you got it right. Brian, how you doing, Brian? Not this time, though. Geezers, how are you doing? Not this time. Is it Can for Chan? You got it right. Tony 7682, no. Michael Mead, right? I'm just going to read out the right answers now, guys, because it will go on too long. If you don't hear your name, it means your answer's wrong. So Carlos Boonrosto, is that I got that wrong? But you got the answer right. Stephen Forex, well done to you, mate. Who else has got the right answer before we show them? How you doing, Abraham Ford? Good to see you in the stream. Mike Sands, yeah, you got it. Anybody else? Sort of Anders Bergman, you got it. Well done to you. Dutch Frang, you got it. All the right answers coming up because I've read it a few times. Who else we got? All right, let's see. ST Billabo, you got it. Martin Blunston, did I mention you? I think you got it. You got it anyway. Clive, now you're funny enough, you got it right. How strange. Okay, let's. Well done if you got it right. Let me just run the. You need to see the answer, don't you? So here we go. Very, very difficult competition. Very difficult. We've still got the Hooters girls to go on, and we've got the Ladyboy competition as well a little bit later on. Okay. I did notice I didn't read them out, unfortunately, because the things going so fast. The comments were going so fast, but I did notice there's several people who are actually in Thailand here watching. If you're in Thailand, if you're somewhere in Thailand, Chiang Mai, whatever, drop us a little comment here, and I'll try and say hello to you if I don't miss it. Okay. Dexter says 3 is nice. I think they're all nice. Right. Is it Bilo? Let's have a look. Yay, my first live. I'm glad I was able to join. Yeah, I'm glad as well. So nearly 400 in now. So good to see you all in, guys. Thailand found. Damn, I reckon I must have a hidden thing for Cambodian girls. Yeah, maybe. Mazad, what we say now? John Taylor, plenty of girls out there ready to spend the cash. I don't know. You know, I speak to people sometimes. I watch some of the people's YouTubes, and people are leaving comments. Oh, it's dead in Thailand. It's not the same. It's not like It's really busy here, guys. I mean, now we're into high season. The hotels, a lot of them are full up. You go onto the booking sites now. You know, I'll give you a perfect example. When I was here in December, I was staying in the Stable Lodge on Soi 8, Sukhumvit, and I paid. It was around 1,000 baht there when I was there. Okay, I tried to book it when I came to Bangkok this time. 1,900, so it's nearly doubled in price. So my next option then was to go to the Majestic Hotel. Heard something there. Let me just have a quick look. Hang on. Tell you what, this is a spooky hotel. Christ. Very unsettling, you know. It's and where are we? It's very unsettling because there's nobody here. I told you this is going to throw me off a little bit, but you know, there's nothing here. I'm the only person here, and I hear noises now and again. It's very unsettling. But anyway, I'm not a baby, so let's carry on. Well, I forgot what I was talking about now, about full hotels and things. Right. I wish. I'll leave that comment up there. I wish. I've been in this room all bloody afternoon. Gets a bit lonely after a while. Yeah, Steve Cates, a boogeyman. Your mind. I'm not really into that sort of thing, but your mind does start to wander when you're in a big old empty building. And I know the only people here is me and the girl who's fast asleep in reception. And before you start dropping the comments, no, not at all. Yeah, Damien, it's The Shining. Thanks for cheering me up tonight. I'm going to sleep well thinking of that. Right, Mark Davis. I arrive next Sunday, Peter and Pattaya, with my 90-day spending money. I should be okay if I don't go crazy with the lady drinks and lady bar. But it's hard. It's really hard. Even I buy ladies drinks and I don't go off with them, because what it is, if you say to yourself, right, I'm not going to buy any ladies drinks tonight, right? You can go and find some quiet bar somewhere and sit, and you're sitting on your own like a miserable bloody, like the guy was moaning, "You're filming me" last week, right? Remember him? But that's not what you come here for, is it? You want a bit of female company, you want a bit of life, you want to have a few games of pool. You can't expect a girl in a bar to give up an hour of her time and play pool with you and not get one or two drinks out of you. It's not right. It's not right, So, if you want to go out and sit on your own tonight and be miserable, yeah, you can save money, but it's really difficult. If you want to go out and have a good time, you've got to spend. These girls aren't here for your, they're not putting Pattaya to 20. Well, they are put here to, they do come here to entertain you, but it's not free. I've got one of these air cons. It's either totally freezing or it's bloody hot. There's no middle ground. Right, John Taylor. Dear sir, very polite. Okay. I've been dreaming of moving to Thailand at age 60. I can survive with 11 million. Is it 11,187,000 baht, $300,000. Right, let me make this serious question. So let me have a look at this. Dear sir, I've been dreaming of moving to Thailand. Right, the first thing I'd say to you, John, before you start working out budgets, you've got to come here and spend a couple of months. You can't just move out here. It'll be too much psychologically. You'll be in party mood. Come out here for a month, 2 months, see how you like it, travel around a little bit, see what sort of places you like. As far as your budget, yeah, I mean, but is that a yearly budget, a 5-yearly budget? If you're saying you're going to move out here with 11 million baht, how long will that last you? I don't know. How it's not. It sounds a lot of money, but I wouldn't be comfortable saying, right, well, this is all I've got, and this is going to last me until I die in Thailand. I really wouldn't. Maybe you can come back and give us a few more details, or you can send me an email and I'll explain it to you. There's my email address there. Okay, and don't forget, guys, I do that. I still offer this one-on-one consultancy thing. There's a link in the description where you can hook up. I've met a few guys in Pattaya, actually. It was quite good. But we can do it online, just me and you. Talk about anything you want to talk, as long as it's legal. Girls, hotels, insurance, anything. Okay, you write to me at that address there. Fred the Hound, haven't seen you in before. Great name, by the way. Peter's got a well itchy nose. It's always on the streams, well itchy. I'm going to buy a spade next week so I can kind of really dig it out. When I get itchy nose, I can dig it out, and then it's done with, isn't it? Right, Martin Blunston. Any ghosts in the hotel, Peter? Do you know what? I don't believe in ghosts really, in the afterlife and all that. But, when you're sitting and you start hearing noises and this hotel's empty, I wish I could pick up the camera. I'm going to do a video. I'll do it this week and I'll film it at night, what's outside. And there's nothing here. It's only me. But there's always a positive, the negative, isn't there? And the positive is I can make a noise in the room. I know there's nobody in that room. I know there's nobody in that room. How do I know that? Because the whole bloody corridor's empty. There's no one here. Right. Mickey Berkshire. Peter, I'm in Karat. Okay, nice one. 100 miles, about 100 miles north of Bangkok, or is it kilometers? I'm in Karat now and may come to Pattaya. Well, I mean, look, I've been meeting a lot of guys down here and it's been great. I've only had one kind of dickhead who had a go at me. I was in the time bar. I won't go into it again because I told you last time. I was in the time bar on LK Metro and he had a go at me, but in a stealth kind of way. So he'd start off by saying, "Oh, I've been watching your channel since the start." Then he'd have a dig. And then he'd say something, "Oh, I like the stories." Then he'd have another dig. And, you get people like that. I just thought, piss off, mate. Martin, right, okay. Thailand fan, can you whistle? Yeah, well, I'm not going to be bringing any ghosts out today. Yoz Travels again. You see, Yoz leaves a lot of comments, and I do tend to read them out because they're normally sensible comments and get some chat going with them, To put it in context, adult work UK for a decent, good-looking girl, 1,200 overnight. So Pattaya, 3,000 baht for 20 hours is cheap. You shouldn't really compare to pretty guy. Well, I told you that story. I was with a guy it was about 20 years ago, and there was it was in the Hyatt Regency. They had a bar there, and you get these high-class Connect 4 players, and there was a beautiful, beautiful Chinese Thai girl, and she was like a supermodel, and my friend kind of was into her, and he went up and chatted her up and all the rest of it, and he came up to me, and I said, "How's it going?" He said, "Oh, she wants 5,000 baht," which compared at the time it was 1,000 baht, And I said to him, and what would you get for that? And he said, "Well, 3 hours, something like that. She'll stay with me, blah blah blah." And I said, why are you even thinking about it? I said, look at her. I said, she's like a supermodel for £100 and you're kind of umming and ahhing. You know, what are we coming here for? You know, stay home and do some knitting. Right, Red Hammer. Peter Taliban, guest show night of Ghost Hunters. Don't get me going. Jesus. Cleaner under the bed. That would be not too bad. A cleaner under the bed. I could end the stream and enjoy the rest of my night, couldn't I? It could be a tie. A tie. I mean, it's all fun and games now, but if I hear something else go off, I mean, Jesus, you probably didn't hear it, right? But it's like a bump over there, like something fell. Christ Almighty, getting the willies now. JE says he was a passive aggressive. Sounds like, yeah. That would shit me up actually. If suddenly if I was sitting here and all the power and the lights went off and it was pitch black and then I heard things moving around the room, I think I'd be doing a bloody flying club here. But, you know, I couldn't stand that. Yeah, someone says it's the ghost of Kevin Thailand. Rest in peace. I went to his old haunt actually, Kevin. He's do you remember he used to do his videos? Hello, people, from the Hideaway. I went there, had a breakfast the other day. I was actually looking for a room, but they were fully booked. Okay. Is there any strategy to beat the girls at Connect Four? Not sure what the question is really, because we know what Connect Four is. But what I would say with these girls is, make them smile and unite. You've won 90% of the battle. You know, somebody told me a long time ago, if you make a Thai laugh, you're 90% there. That's a question of the night. That is, Steve. Are things cheaper in Bangkok or Pattaya? Believe me, Pattaya, hands down. You wait till you get to Bangkok. It's really, really expensive. Very expensive. Well, put it this way in context, right? A small, the equivalent to a bottle of this in a regular beer bar in Bangkok, you can pay anywhere between 140 and 180 baht. Here you can go into a go-go bar and have a glass of draft beer for 59 baht. You won't get a 59. I know a bar in LK Metro called Time Bar. Until midnight, they do bottles of Heineken, bottles of Leo beer for 50 baht. You won't get a bottle of, the only place you'll get a bottle of beer for 50 baht in Bangkok is from a 7-Eleven, and actually I believe it's 54 baht in 7-Eleven. No, it's very, very expensive in Bangkok, very expensive. Like I said to you last week, people will say, oh no, but if you don't live in the tourist area, but who goes to Thailand and wants to live in some grass hut up in Isan, yeah, then it will be cheaper. Innovations, reality, don't know if anyone mentioned it, and I'm sure it's due to the internet service where you are, but your lips and voice are not in sync. Your voice is first, followed by your lip. Well, do you know what? I'm not going to worry about that because I started off with a black screen and then it was terrible quality. But just out of interest, let me have a look at this, see how that's going. I'm watching it now. That looks perfect. It looks perfect to me. I just watched the last 5 seconds. It looks perfect, so I'm not going to worry about that. But thanks for the info. Right. I often wonder why you call yourself X, as in has been and not now. Right, Peter, World Cup is starting this month. Are Thais into football? Yeah, they are in a big way. If so, why do they not have a team in the World Cup? Even Scotland Knights. Yeah, I don't want to offend the Thais. You'll have to use your imagination. They love football. They absolutely love it. You get a big English game or Brazil, the World Cup, Brazil and whoever. I mean, they love football. Why haven't they got a team in the? You'll have to work that out for yourself without me insulting the Thais. You know where I'm coming from, right? Tony Watson, giant scorpion behind you. It happened to me once in Thailand hotel room. I just froze and went out the door. I tell you what, I haven't seen any scorpions in the hotel, but I did see some geckos when I went out there. Because sometimes, like, I hear things and I just go outside and I put the lock on the door so it can't close on me, and I just have a little wander just to satisfy myself, And there's like a lot of geckos running around. A giant scorpion behind you. It happened to me. There's no giant scorpions behind me. Right. Let's get some of these newer comments. Thai Billy Boy. Pictures and sound. Where are we? Picture and sound is all okay and in sync here. But yeah, it is. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Right. Ask Blast Alive. Peter, ma'am, no lady in your room. No, there's no lady in my room. Clive, Peter, the bed sheets just moved, mate. You got an LT in there. What's that? Ladyboy? No. What's an LT? You got an LT in there. LT. Long time. No, a long time. No, I haven't. Right. Thailand fan says, Tommy Rosen, follow, look up. Okay. Right, let's get some of these I haven't seen before. Is it Flora? How do I say that? Floralize 11. Remember the old adages: when you are not near the person you love, love the person you are near. Also, the soul. There isn't everything your situation. Say, oh, yeah, okay. I don't know if that's anything to do with my wife, but she hasn't texted me since I've been here, so I think she's had enough. Right, filthiness again. Peter, are you going to work when you get back to the UK? If not, why are you going back? I'm not going to work. No, the reason I'm going back is because my house sale is going through, and I haven't heard any bad news yet. There's a couple of school teachers buying it, and I just need to get everything tied up. I can't. I'm not here now, and I'll keep scratching my nose. I don't know why. It's dust or something. My house sale is going through at the moment. And as far as I know, it's been going through now for about 2 months. I haven't heard any bad news. So I'm hoping when I get back in sort of January, it's close to happening. And when it happens, obviously, I'll have to get a skip on the drive. And I've already cleared out the loft in the house. I'll let her take what furniture she wants. I don't need any of it. And I'm going to give her most of the money from the house as well, so she can find something for her and my daughter. And yeah, when I come, that's why I'm staying out here for so long. There's no reason for me to be here now, for me to be there now. So yeah, just get it sorted out and come out here. Peter, how's the visa going with Farang visa? Lana, yeah, very, very well. She's great. I did the video on her. A lot of people have used her services. One guy wrote to me, he said, oh, how can you give your passport to somebody you don't know? Obviously hasn't been here before, but yeah, she's great. She's great. I should have a retirement visa. I'm going to get a work permit eventually next year. But just for now, so I don't have to get on a bus and go to Cambodia and stuff. She's doing my retirement visa. And she's got me a Bangkok bank account with an ATM card. I mentioned this last week, didn't I? I'm doing my motorcycle license as well. I'll have my retirement visa, multiple entry, 15 months. So yeah, so it's all getting there. And I've now got a contract phone. I pay 1,200 baht a month for the best service you can get, and it's not going to run out. And this stream is running off it, so it's pretty good. Right, Mercy Pool Cardano. Patong 2014 outdoors Chinese buffet barbecue, tons of cockroaches and lizards eating the roaches. All right, very nice, very nice. I'll think of that when I'm having breakfast tomorrow. It's one of those things you've got to put up with, isn't it? When you're in England, you've got to put up with the cold, miserable weather and miserable people and nobody's smiling. When you're out here, it's the opposite. But there's nasty things that we don't get in our countries, like snakes and scorpions and cockroaches and rats and, uneven pavements, and there's a lot of nasty things out here, but you've got to weigh up the good and the bad and decide what you want to do. For me, there's no scorpions, so not at the moment. Okay, Bamboo says a bus trip to Cambodia sounds exciting. Yeah, but the problem is the bus leaves at 5 o'clock in the morning, which means you have to get up about 4 o'clock in the morning to catch it. And if you've been out on the sherbets all night, it's not great. Mickey Berkshire. Peter, the only genuine streamer is I'm not. You know what? Is that all right? Thank you. Yeah, that's a compliment there. Thank you, Mickey. That's great. One of the hardest names to read out on the internet. Let's have a go. Violator 666. Okay. Hi, Peter. I'll have to think of another name for you because change your username so I can read it out more often. Hi, Peter. You have a look on Airbnb for room. Good deals to get. Yeah, I actually looked on Airbnb when I was going up to Bangkok, but frankly speaking, their hotel prices, or they're stuck out in the middle of nowhere. And what I've mentioned before, what you've got to be careful of with bookings.com and Airbnb, when it says open the map and you look at it, so the property's there and the BTS station's there. But what I do, because don't be fooled, because they all want you to rent and they say it's not right next to the station. What you do is take the address and then open Google Maps, like the real Google Maps, and put it in, and then you'll see there's a big difference on most of them. Right, Damon again. Peter, are you sure the hotel isn't the Bates Motel? Well, we'll see, hopefully. I mean, I've been here for a week. It's a nice hotel. It's just I've never stayed in a hotel where I haven't seen another human being, except when I give my key in. They have one woman all day on the reception. She goes home at 6, and they have another one comes and stays all night. And they have one lady who cleans the rooms. And it's a massive hotel. And there's no cars in the car park. There's no motorbike. Oh, there is one motorbike. It's mine. The restaurant's all closed down. All the chairs are stacked up in the reception. It's just there's no one here. I think I seen somebody on Saturday though, but that could have just been a delivery. Right. Corporate again. Peter, should I take my Rolex with me or my discreet Casio G-Shock? As you know me, a supreme gent I like. So I'll take your Rolex. Just be careful. Just don't, if you take a girl back for Connect Four, don't leave it on the sideboard next to your bed and go to sleep. Put it in the safe. But you won't get robbed in the street. If you've had a lot of drinks, you might get somebody try to pull it off you, but generally it's safe. Damon, be careful in the shower. Why? Why? What do you know that I don't know? Bernie, how you doing? Nice to see you in the stream. Thanks for your random uploads. Great stream. I am planning to be back in Bangkok 8/12 and spend a mid-December, Christmas, New Year in Pattaya, then Ho Chi. Well, give me a shout out, Bernie, when you're in Pattaya. If you're around, we can meet up for coffee in the afternoon. Saji in sync here. Yeah, thank you, Saji, for letting me know that. Right, Mazza. Peter, you never did tell us a story of the 2 spooky experiences you had when you were younger. You said you would tell us on Halloween. I'm really intrigued. Okay, I'll just tell you one of them then, okay? Little nightcap there. Because when you tell sort of ghost stories, people think, he's made that up or it can't be true. But I'll just tell you my experience. I got 2, but I'll tell you one of them. So when I was a young man, well, a boy really, I mean, I'm talking, I was about 13, 12. Geez, I'm getting spooked now. I'm hearing things all over the place. I don't know if it's good to start reading this story out. I don't know if you heard that. Okay, when I was about 13 or 14, I used to go fishing a lot. And one of the places we went was a place called the Figure of Eight, where I grew up. It was like we called it Figure Eight. It was like 2 ponds connected, but it was in the middle of nowhere. You had to go over all these fields. And as boys, we went out on bicycles, and then you take the bicycles over a hedge, and then you'd sort of just walk them next to you over fields, and you get to this fishing area. Well, quite close to this area, about half a mile, what we'd passed was a place called, I forget the name of it, but it was an old kind of Victorian house in the middle of a field. It wasn't a house, it wasn't a manor, it wasn't a massive place, but it was a kind of, it was almost like an old vicarage, maybe 8 bedrooms, 10 bedrooms, something like that. And it had a fire ages, burnt out years ago, and it hadn't been redeveloped and everything. And I was fishing with some friends, me and 2 other guys. Like I said, we're about 13, 14. I was really enjoying it. And about 4 o'clock, they said, look, we've got to go. Tea at 5 o'clock, dinner time at 5 o'clock, we've got to go. And I was enjoying fishing. I thought, well, I'm not in a hurry to go, because we had dinner later. My family, we used to have dinner sort of 7:38. So I thought, well, I'll stay here for another hour. And I did. They went off, and I was on my own fishing. I was enjoying it. So I left just before dusk. Everything's giving me a fright now. Bloody messages. I'm jumping out the chair. So I left. Why am I telling ghost stories? So I left just before dusk. It didn't get dark. So I'm not trying to say it got dark and something come at me. But I had to pass this house, not very, very close, but a few hundred yards, kind of looking at it over there in the distance, but not too far a distance. And I didn't know anything about this house because I was only 13, 14. For me, it was just a house in a field. People might have lived in there. They might not have lived in there. I didn't know its history or anything. It's obviously an old Victorian house or bigger place, right? So when I was coming back, I was walking across and I was looking over at this house. And I know this sounds like bullshit, but really, guys, I swear this is the truth. I was looking over at the house, and on the second floor, like the top floor, the second floor, the bedrooms, there was a young girl in a white nightdress, and she waved to me, and I waved back to her. I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought it was a bit early for bed, but she's young, and that was it. Didn't think anything. Bloody hell, I'm jumping now. So I didn't think nothing of it, I just, like, she waved, I waved, and I went home. And about 2 days later, I was talking to my older brother, and I told him about this experience. I said, I've seen this girl, blah, blah, blah. And he says, well, you couldn't have done that. I said, well, why is that? And he took me there in his old beat up Anglia or whatever it was. When we went in there was no floorboards. So although it was 2 floors, when you went in the ground floor, you could look straight up to the sky where the roof had holes, and I know what I see. So you tell me. I mean, I'm not going to tell you the second one because I'm getting a bit jittery here now. So let's move on. Right. Right. Chris Booth. I was in a hotel in Phuket once, kept hearing the rustling in the night. Probably some bar girl trying to get back in through the balcony. I got up and I kid you not, there was a big rat pulled empty crisp packet out the bin and was behind the TV cup. That's horrible, isn't it? I hate rats. I was in Phuket once, kept hearing this rustling in the night. I got up and I kid you not, there was a big rat pulled empty crisp packet out of the bin. And yeah, I'm very aware of that. When I have snacks in the room, what I tend to do, I won't like, if I have a big bag of Lay's crisps or some peanuts or something, I don't just dump it in the bin because I'm aware of this. What I tend to do is I'll put it in a 7-Eleven plastic bag. I'll tie a knot in it and I tend to put it out the door. And that way, you know, because rats can get through, you know, ghosts, rats, scorpions. What are you trying to do to me tonight? Right, Rob, thank you, mate. That's very generous of you. I have to go. Have a great stream and game of C4 on me. Okay, thank you, Rob. Very generous you are. And also from Christian, I can't say the second name, but Sec100, Boohoo. Yeah, thank you very, very, very much. Very generous. Okay, what we do now? Should we have a competition, lighten things up? Because I'm going to jump out my skin in a minute. I'm like, look at this. Right, what should we do now? Let's do the Hooters competition. Okay, so is it? I think there's 6 pictures here, 6 or 8 pictures. Okay, they're all Hooters girls from around Asia. Now I've run this about a year ago, so it's not new. One of the pictures, it's they are Thai girls. Okay, the rest are from China, Indonesia, whatever. And the idea of the game is, I want you to tell me which number is the Thai's Hooters workers. Okay. Right, do you know your Thai girls? Right, Christia, first one out is Christia Rainstorm, is it? No, it's not. Number 7. I forgot who it is now. Hang on. No, it's not number 2, Thailand found. Mazza, no. Quite a few answers there, Mazza. Mazza, you're giving me like 10 answers. I can't read them all out. Kevin Davis, no. Damon, no. Richard Woolley, no. Simon Goodison, no. Open Bob, no. Vladitor, no. Jay East, no. Franco, no. I keep referring, make sure I don't make any mistakes over there. I've got it written down over there. Corporate, no. McHow, no. Brian, no. Pessica McNuggets, no. ST Billabo, no. Simon Mayers, no. Ty Billy Boy, no. Clive, no. Thailand Fan, no. Nomia Inspector, no. Not many right answers tonight. Robert, no. Leeds, no. Abraham, no. Dick's Enormous, no. Jackson J, no, we haven't had a right answer yet. I'm going to just make sure. Have I made a mistake here? Yeah, somebody has got a right answer. I made a mistake. Just one of you got a right answer. Let me just. And where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Okay, I might have to apologise to the one who got the right answer there. Rumble, yes, you got it done. Well done, mate. Yeah, you got it right. Boohoo, no. Charles Saunders, no. Nino, no. Mr. Superstar, you got it. Well done. Robert Bronson, no. Mike Sands, yes. Guideline 7, no. Andy Clark, no. Mike Jones, no. Jay East, no. Andy Warner, no. Fitz 7778, no. David Barnett, sorry, yes, you got it right. Sorry, I'm getting carried away here. Fitz, you got it right. Well done. David Barnett, you got it right as well. Clive again, no. Mazza again, no. Chandler Bingabong, yeah, you got it. Well done. 20 Rothmans, good to see you in the stream. Been a while. No, wrong answer. Dutch Farang, no. Red Pill Denmark, no. Red Hammer, no. Filth on a Stick, no. Bila, is it? No. Joe, no. Stephen Hills, no. Steve P, no. Steve K, no. Rabbi Jackson, is it? No. Can Fa Chan, no. Right, I'll just read out. If we've got any right answers, I'll just read the right ones out so it doesn't go on too long, and then I'll run the answer by. Not many right answers, to be honest. You'll be surprised at this. Any more right answers? We've got another STE Billabo. Did I say you got the right answer anyway? Well done. Clive, now you got the right answer. You always come in late with a right answer there, Clive, but okay, well done. Give you the benefit of the doubt. Dutch Frang, you're right as well now. Who else we got? Anyone else? Right, that's it. Let's run the answers for. Right, here we go. I can see why a lot of you said 5, but I think they were actually Indonesian or Filipino, something like that. Very, very, very similar. If you got that right, well done. And don't forget, we've still got the ladies' boy competition to come, but I'll do that later on. I'm not only hearing noises from this side now, I'm now hearing noises from this side. So it's probably because I got this and I'm kind of imagining things. Right. Right. Open Bob. Second time I made a mistake. Indonesia for Thailand. Okay. Thailand fan. Can you make sure next week? Let's have a look. Can you make sure next week it's number 3? Okay, I'll do it one week. I won't do it next week because if I say now, yeah, it would be number 2 next week. Everybody will get it right, won't they? Mercy Paul again. The only picture that looks like where it's from is 1. Okay. Yeah, but don't forget, if I made it too easy, everybody get the right answer. The whole point of it is to try and make it difficult so that when you really do get the right answer, it's you've done a good job, haven't you? Right. Nomio Inspector says, I'm going to the Philippines. Yeah, you'll have a good time there. Dutch Frank noises everywhere. Yeah, you didn't hear the last noise. It was me opening a Leo. Cheers. Okay, what's the worst that could happen? David Pipe. Hi, Peter. Let me put that up there so I don't lose it. Where have I lost it already? There we are. David. Hi, Peter. For your retirement visa, did you deposit the 800k bank in the bank or did the visa agent sort it out for you? David, I've got to be really careful what I say here because, when you get your visa, it's a genuine visa and Thailand's got rules. What I would say is contact Lana directly and ask her. I mean, I'll try and give you a hint here without actually saying it, but 800,000 would be a lot of money for me to find. Okay, so kind of read between the lines there. Right, Jay East. Peter was confused, mixed up 3 and 5. It was definitely 3. Okay, is that French? Probably. Martin Blunston says, you won't sleep tonight, Peter. I will sleep tonight. I'll make sure I sleep tonight. I'll have a lot more. Right, Mazza. These competitions have really got me into Indonesian girls. I've got the urge to visit there. Would need to convert to Islam to marry an Indonesian girl. Yeah, I mean, it's like anywhere. Yeah, I worked in Indonesia. My eldest daughter was born in a place called, I forgot what it's called now. It's East Java. I forget what it's called. So long ago I was there. But you're right. It is a Muslim country. A lot of mosques everywhere, and they wear the hijab and all the rest of it. But it's like any country. You've got, you do have areas where all the rules go out the window. If that makes sense. Hang on. Let's turn that a bit. Okay, filth on a stick. Hey, Peter, did you get the girl in the white dress look like vampire girl? That would explain a lot of things. Yeah, that's her there, isn't it? I got the hots for her, don't you? Right. So somebody said to me the other day, because there's a lot of YouTubers based here in Pattaya, and people say, "Oh, why don't you get together with this one? Why don't you get together with that one and do this and do that?" But you know what? I just think it's all been done down here, hasn't it? I mean, the ones who are down here are good at what they do, the good ones, that is. And I just don't feel like I can bring anything to the party. I mean, I have made videos. That one I did this morning, 3 minutes long, on the Boss Hotel. I'm going to be doing one on Simon's Cannabis Factory. I've got the bus ride coming up. I've got the stories next Saturday. So I'm kind of ticking along. I'm not kind of sure which way I'm going to go when I'm out here. I'm kind of plodding along. But, for me, Pattaya is not the best place to make content because it's all been done. Do you really want me to go to a new hotel and film it again, like I'm the 7th person who's filmed it? Or do you really need me to walk down Walking Street with a camera and say, hey, look, do you need that? Do you need me to walk down Soy 6? It's just not going to work, is it? I need to get away, go somewhere that other people don't go. Do you know the worst thing about Pattaya is the food is fantastic. There's so much choice. And the foreign food is actually better than we can get in our country. I don't know about Americans or what have you, but there's just so much choice. You've got the real chicken kebabs. You've got the all the places that do roasts and breakfasts and tacos and everything. And then forget that. What about the Thai food, which is delicious? There's just so much choice here. It's really hard not to. I started going to the gym. There's a place called Sun Fitness. You can pay 120 baht and go in and have a session. And I started to do that, and then I haven't been there for a few days, and it is hard. I don't think I could live here in central Pattaya because it's just, it's hard. You're in a bubble, aren't you? Jay East. I think great topic to share would be actually making the transition from overseas to. Yeah, actually, that's very good because that is something I'm planning to do, and I did mention this in the UK. So, just I don't want to bore you, but just I'll say really quick, right? For anybody who doesn't know me well, I've been married to a lady from South Korea for 33 years. Okay, we're separated because the fizz has gone out of the bottle, not in a bad way, in a good way, but obviously I'm going to go through an emotional roller coaster ride because I've had a family for 33 years. When I come home, there's noises. Even though we haven't got on, I haven't lived by myself. I've got an itchy arm, not actually shedding a tear, right? It's going to be difficult for me. So when I come out here, I know it's like, oh, you can go for a soapy massage and all that, but I'm going to go through some real mental, some real kind of. I'm going to get lonely, aren't I? I'm going to miss my family, all this sort of thing, and I do plan to document it, just to kind of document the emotions I'm going through, what I'm feeling, how I'm dealing with it. I do plan to do that, and I think that will help a lot of guys because there are a lot of guys who are my kind of age in their 60s, and maybe they're sitting on the fence and they're thinking, shall I, shan't I? Do I have any life left in me? Just because you're 60 doesn't mean you have to have one foot in the grave. I think I've mentioned before in the UK, I do feel dead, because my wife, she obviously doesn't want to know me anymore. My kids are, their blood, they're never going to not want to know me. But what sort of a life? I suppose if you're in America or Australia, it's the same. Once you finish work, what kind of a life do you have? I walk my dog, I do a bit of cooking, I watch Netflix, I have a drink in the evening. That's it, and then there's nothing else to do. Out here, you've got a life. I know we joke handsome man and all that, but you really do feel like you're young again out here. It's so vibrant. You've got the beaches. I know that it's all about money and everything, but the girls smile, the people smile. There's great food. I can rent, I rent a little motorbike. I go around in the daytime. That video I did, jumped in beach. I just feel like I'm alive again, and there's two sides. There'll be the family side about, living on my own. That's going to be emotionally tough, and I will document it. But on the other side of the coin, I'm alive again. It's a great place to be, Thailand. It really is. But you've got to have money to come out here. You can't come out here if you're broke because you will come unstuck. You need to make sure budget enough. And that's why now I'm here for 3 months. So I am doing things like taking the bus and staying in this room for 2 or 3 nights a week. But I'm fine because I can work on YouTube. I can have a beer. And then when it gets to sort of 10:30, I think I don't want to do this anymore. I can watch a movie on Netflix. I'm fine with it. And the great thing is you wake up in the morning, you think, I had a good rest. I'll go and get a fry up now. Okay. Right. Nick S, food-wise, you can get anything. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And that's why it's so hard for so many people here to to stop, eating, because I think I mentioned last week in the UK, I'll have a fry up as a treat about 11 o'clock on a Sunday. I'll miss like breakfast and I'll have a late dinner. So I think, right, 11 o'clock down to the co-op, bacon, eggs, sausage, the whole works. I'll cook it myself. It's a real treat to have a fry up in England. But here, it's an everyday occurrence. Go down 140 baht. It's there. It's I've got to knock it on the head. This is how bad it is. This is how bad it is, right? I went into 7-Eleven today after I had lunch with Marky Mark. On the way home, I thought, right, from now on, we're going to knock the greasy food on the head. We're going to control ourselves. We're going to get the gut down. We're going to say no. Right. So I went into 7-Eleven. This is a true story. I had a roast dinner. I thought that would do me for the day. I went into 7-Eleven and I bought 2 boxes of cornflakes. The miniature cornflakes. And I thought, right, well, what I'll do, I'll wake up tomorrow. I've got milk. I make my coffee and everything. I thought I'll have these 2 boxes of cornflakes, no sugar, coffee. That is sufficient. No fried food. Do you know what I did? I ate them. I got back to the room. I put both of them in an old noodle pot. Put the milk in. I scoffed them. Pig. No chance. Capio 17. Pete Vampire loves people who don't get garlic spoon. I hate the smell of garlic. Everybody keeps saying, but it's good for you. It's good for you. It might be good for you. I keep stopping because I keep hearing things. Right, Mr. Superstar. Right. Right, Reddies, please say something everyone can understand and relate it to the channel. Is that another user there? Okay. Rob J. Right, where are we? Hi, Peter, a question. I've been seeing someone new for the last couple of months. Well done. She is great, but I never get the same feeling you get from the Land of Smiles. Anyone feel the same? It depends where you met her, Rob. Where did you meet her? Did you meet her in a supermarket? Did you meet her in a bar? Let me read that again. We'll give it some serious thought. I have been seeing someone now for the last couple of months. She is great, but I never get the same feeling you get from the Land of Smiles. Anyone else? Well, what it might be, the Thais are westernizing, aren't they? It's not the same as, I know people hate to say, oh, in the old days, 10 years ago, it was much better. But they are, it's gone very westernized. And I've noticed, here's a true story, right? And this shocked me. It really shocked me because every time I'm hearing the land of smiles, people are dead polite. They're really polite and they're not rude. Same thing with, isn't it? But this is what happened to me the other day, and I was shocked, right? So for years, I used to change money at the. I know you get better rates out everywhere, so I don't want to hear about go to super rich and go to this one and that one. That's fine, I know, right? But a lot of the time when I'm lazy, as you walk into Nana Plaza, there's a change booth there, right? It's called there's a chain. I forget what it is, but anyway, I've always gone there, and when I go to that one, I never look at the rates because they always give a really good rate, but they've changed, and it's not like the old. It used to be Bangkok Bankers or Kasason Bank who ran it, and they always give you a good rate. But there's some other company in there. I don't even know if they're a real bank or some kind of finance company. So I didn't look at the rates, right? So I went in there and I gave her two crisp, brand new £50 notes, and this woman was about 40, I guess, right? And I put them in, and they, packed up on the calculator, ripped off a little bit of paper and put it in front of me, and it was like 41 baht and 30 satang. And I thought, no, that's not a good rate. So I said to her, I said, no, I'm sorry, I've changed my mind. I don't want to change it. She got really, really shitty with me, right? What she did, she started getting the money out to give me. So instead of just giving me the £50 notes back, she made me wait, right? So she counted the money really slowly, put that into the drawer, counted that, put it into the drawer, and she made me wait. And I thought she'd forgotten. I said, excuse me, can I have my £50 notes back? She said, you wait, like really like aggressive to me like that. And I just thought, okay. And I just stood there. And what she did, and believe me, this is true, and I was shocked, right? My £50 notes, I keep them in an envelope, so they've got no creases, they're dead straight. She took the two £50 notes, crunched them in her hand like that, and literally threw them under the counter at me. Honestly, I've said it like 10 times and I was shocked, but I really was, and I straightened them out. But she was so pissed off because I changed my mind, right? I didn't do anything wrong. She gave me the rate. Okay, I should have checked it. All right. She gave me the rate. I looked at it. I thought, no, that's not a good rate. I don't want to do it, right? That's her job. She's sitting in the change booth. I'm not whinging. I'm just shocked because, Thais are not like that. Thais don't do that. They don't act in this fashion. And I've seen more and more of this happening lately. And my biggest fear now is that the Thais are going very with that Western attitude, Um, I'm going to move on because I don't want to say something I regret. Right. Okay. Innovations, reality. I'm your age. I'm from New York. My biggest concern is the temperature. Being from the UK, you face the same thing. I won't miss the snow, but I can't tolerate the heat. Do you simply? You do. Yeah. Don't worry about it because what will happen? You'll come here and you'll feel like a butter-basted turkey in a pan being roasted. Okay. The biggest mistake you can make is just to never get out of the aircon, right? What I used to do when I lived here, and you do, your body does acclimate. It's always hot. You'll never walk in like 40 degrees and think this is lovely, but you've got tight seasons. So this time of year it is very cool. The temperature's 10 degrees less than it is. In the high season, it's overcast, so you haven't got that penetrating sun coming down on you. But when I lived here, what I would do, when you go to sleep, you have to have aircon, right? You have to have aircon because you just get sticky and you wake up and you won't have a good sleep. But what some people do is they make a real big mistake of just keeping the aircon on 24/7, and you will not acclimatize if you do that. So what I used to do when I lived here, I had a nice 3-bedroom apartment. I had a maid lived off the kitchen, good life. But what I used to do, I used to open all the windows. We had a balcony, and open the balcony doors. I had a few of those stand-up fans around. I'm in my own house, so I used to wear just shorts, nothing on top, no socks, pants, nothing, just a loose-fitting pair of shorts, simply because I had a maid and I didn't want her to see the old tackle, as it were. But that's all you do. And what will happen is eventually, I'd say the first week to 2 weeks, it's nearly unbearable in your apartment. It's like, God, it's so hot, and you're tempted to close it all up and put the aircon on. Don't do that. Keep the fans going, get used to it, and you will acclimatize, and eventually it will become okay. It really will. When I'm in Bangkok now, I don't wear shorts. I wear long trousers because here I wear shorts all the time because it's what people do in Pattaya. But when you go to Bangkok, if you don't want to look like a tourist, you wear long trousers. That's what the Thais do, and I Okay. I don't know if you're still there. I'm back now anyway. Hopefully you're still there. Okay, I'll carry on. It's just this is what happens, guys. You're in a hotel room in Southeast Asia. Sometimes the connection goes. Okay. No, we won't read that one out. Oh, Paul Hoskin, how you doing? Haven't seen you in tonight. Peter, where have you gone? I'm here, Paul. I'm here. Let me know. Let me go down to some of the latest comments. Just let me know you can see me, guys. I think I'm back. Innovations, reality, yes. Clive, way hey. Andy Warner, yes, you're back. Okay, thank you, Andy. That's all I want to know. It's just one of those things. I've got a real fast connection. Sometimes it drops out. It won't drop out again. I'm pretty sure of that. Okay, what were we talking about? Thai Billy Boy, the bogeyman has got it, yeah. Ghost Stream, Damon the Ghost of Stolen Peter, yeah. Might be a female ghost, mightn't it? Chandler Bing Bong, the lights are out, Peter has been murdered. Oh my God. I like that one. Okay. Do you know, the problem is when something like that happens, I forget what I'm actually talking about, and we were talking about something quite serious there, weren't we? Okay, that's it. Let me get this sensible one up, and then we can have a chat about this. Right. Ellesmere, is it? Peter, any plan to go to Laos or Cambodia? Not this trip. I'll tell you what, I was talking to somebody about Cambodia, because you know people go on about Cambodia. Oh, Cambodia is great, it's cheap. It's like Thailand used to be in the 50s. There's a vlogger who's just, I'm not going to mention his name because I'm not a fan of his, but I'm not going to be derogatory towards him. He does his own thing, right? But there's a vlogger who was in Cambodia recently, and he said it's terrible at the moment. I don't know if this is true, but what he said is, he said, you know, they've trained. Don't laugh, but this is what he said. He said they've trained dogs to snatch your mobile phone or whatever's in your hand. You know, apparently COVID sent them mad over there. They're like stealing everything. That's what he said on his vlog. I don't know if it's true, but you know, I don't want to go over there and take the risk. I've been to Cambodia. It was okay. I wouldn't say I was a fan of Cambodia. It was okay, but we know of someone who's going there soon, so the truth will come out, I'm sure. Oh, okay. Thank you, Paul. You were speaking about wearing trousers in Bangkok. Yeah, we were talking about climatizing your body to the heat and all the rest of it, weren't we? Yeah. So the only last thing to say on that, really, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're coming out here on vacation. Just blast that aircon out all the way. But if you want to live here, trying to climatize yourself. Martin Ryder says Cambodia is okay. Yeah, okay. It was okay when I was there, but apparently they're getting a bit desperate. Yours Travels, how's the weather now? Rain stopped. Are you wearing just shorts or long trousers in the evenings? Throwing 2 pairs of chinos in, but about 20 pairs. Yeah, the thing is, yours, when you're in sort of Pattaya, everybody sort of dresses down. You know, it's shorts, vests, whatever. Nobody gives a shit here, to be honest with you. But when you're in Bangkok, you know, it's a cosmopolitan city, isn't it? You don't want to stand out like, you know, the tourists with shorts and a Singer vest on. I mean, people do wear shorts, but I like to wear, like you, a pair of chinos, something like that. And yeah, well, I just say when you're in a holiday destination like Hua Hin or Pattaya, somewhere like that, even Jomtien, you wear your shorts, t-shirt. You can wear them in Bangkok if you want to, but I'd say in Bangkok most of the time, you know, I'll wear trousers. But in answer to your first question, how is the weather now? It rains occasionally, but most of the rain is now gone. I was in Hooters on the beach road at about 2 o'clock today, and we had to move inside because there was a little bit of rain. It lasted 5 minutes. It's not like when I arrived there where you got the downpours. That's pretty much over with now. Okay, Mercy Pool says, I have a money belt and a neck wallet. I don't know what a neck wallet is. My wallet is under my shirt. The tie, you know, the scammers all reading this now. But my wallet is under my shirt. It can also carry my phone, and it's waterproof, good for motorbikes. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. You take care of yourself there. I don't know if someone's having a go at me here or it's a genuine question. Thailand ban, okay, no, it's a genuine question. Thailand ban, if I'm making money online, will the government leave me alone in terms of tax? Well, the first thing I'd say to you, Otis, if you are here and you're not on a work permit, don't tell anybody what you do. Because if you get caught out, the people who come here and work who don't have work permits, the reason they get caught is because it's the jungle drums. People talk here, right? The worst people who grass you up, who shop you, or get you in trouble, are not the Thais, it's other foreigners, it's jealousy. You know, there's an old thing, when you come here, people make a big deal, oh, the Thais will try to scam you, and all. A lot of the time it's the foreigners, you know, these guys say, oh, I'll take you under my wing, it's your first time here, I'll look after you, and they're the guys who stab you in the back. So what I say to you, I will answer your question. I'm going a roundabout way. I would say, I'm not going to recommend anything, but I would say this. If you come here and you're making money online and that money goes to a foreign bank account, it doesn't come into Thailand, like you get US dollars paid into PayPal or something like that, and you're not involving anybody else or any Thai people, you're doing drop shipping or something like that. I actually do pay tax on this, but I pay UK tax on, although my sites, my Thailand band's registered in Thailand, because I'll pay 7% when I'm here. In the UK, I'm paid 20%, but that's all in the future. But in answer to your question, what I would say is it's up to you what you want to do, but I would say you're pretty safe if you're not involving others. So if you're a one-man show, you open up your laptop, you do your stuff, and you get a salary or commission, whatever, from wherever, it goes into PayPal out of Thailand. The biggest mistake you can make is to open your mouth. Don't say anything to anybody, not even your best friend. Don't tell anybody, because that's how you're supposed to have a work permit here and you're supposed to pay tax, right? Jay East, Saji, what airline best to check airline requirements? If you talk about COVID, there isn't any requirements anymore. Yeah, somebody else asked me that today. When are you meeting up with Sheila? Well, I believe Sheila's coming out to see her girlfriend, Mint, in December. And the last time I spoke to her, because we got WhatsApp and stuff, she wanted me to take her to a few go-go bars with Mint. The only thing that concerns me about that is Mint is a 21-year-old, 22-year-old, normal, regular Thai girl, and I don't know how the door staff would feel about her going in, to somewhere like Kinks or something like that. But, I'll give it a go. Andy B says poor connection now. That's a quick gander at that. It's a shame because last week it was really, really. Yeah, see what you mean. Yeah. It's a shame because last week it was really. Okay, I'm gonna have to end it soon because it's not gone well, is it? What I'll do, let's do the Ladyboy competition. Right, it's a little bit different this week. It's normally I'll put up 7 Ladyboys and then 1 lady, and I want to know which one is the lady. We're doing it the other way around tonight. So there's 8 pictures. 7 of them are actually female. There's only 1 Ladyboy, and I want to know what number is actually the Ladyboy. Let me just get rid of this comment. Right, okay. Right. Okay, hopefully I'm not frozen and you can see me moving about and everything. So let's just see if anybody's got the right answer. So remember, there's 7 girls, 1 ladyboy, and the idea is just to tell me the number of the ladyboy, okay? So let's start off with Simon Mays, who has the wrong answer. It's not number 3, unfortunately. Christian Rainstorm, no, it's not number 7. Robert, no. Lost you all. Right, Martin Ryder, no. Chris, hang on, where are we? Right, we're back on track here. Right, Ty Billy Boy, no. Richard Woolley, no. Let me just check. No, that isn't. Vioxy, is it? No. Simon Goodison. Well done to you. You got it right. Yeah, you got it. STE Billabo, no. Boohoo, no. Otis Cheney, is it? No. I can't read half of these out. Violotto, no. Kevin Davis, no. Hard Tulip, that's an easy one. Hard Tulip, no. Good seeing the stream. Clive, no. Yours Travels, no. Steve Thomas, no. Steve P, no. Franco, no. Give it up, Franco. Nomio Inspector, no. Dixon Enormous, no. Brian Street, no. Mr. Superstar, no. Leeds, no. Thailand Fan, no. Otis Cheney, no. Dave the Ray, how you doing, Dave? No, it's not number 8. Jay Frost, no. Motel, no. Paul Hoskin, yeah, okay. Thanks for letting us know that, Paul, but it's not number 7. Hard Tulip again, well done, you got it right. Bend Over, no. Super Nice, no. Anders Bergman, is it? No. Paul Harrison, no. A few more. Smiler McGee, no. Clive again, no. Mark Hanley, no. Andy Smith, no. Jolly Fox, no. Ian, no. You're wondering which one is a Ladyboy now, aren't you? Ask Blaster Live, no. Robert Bronson, no. Marvin Northhouse, no. Geezers, well done to you in North London. You got it right. Kev, no need to apologize, mate. Changed to number 8, and I'm not going to apologize to you because number 8 is wrong as well. Okay, try another one. Damien, no. John S, no. Rumble, no. Andy Warner, no. A then, yeah, you got it. Mike Sands, no. Right, okay, that's it. It's been going on long enough. I'll just read the right answers out if there's any more. God, there are in a lot of right answers. There's one. STE Billabong. I think I mentioned you before. That is right. Okay, let's whack on the answers then. That's it now. Yeah, let's whack on the answers. Right, so remember, 7 girls' pictures. We just wanted to know who was the, which one was the Ladyboy. And, oh my God, because of the connection, it's actually, hang on. What the hell's going on here? So I got it back again. Is it? Wow. Right, okay, so let me just run it. Yeah, that's quite a difficult one, wasn't it? I don't know why I did 7 females and 1 Ladyboy that time, but anyway, well done to all those who got it right. I just want to read who was it who said he cheated. There we go. ST Billabo says, I cheated, handsome man. I kind of figured that because what happens is when I run the competition, the first lot of answers, most of them are wrong, and I read that one and say, yeah, you got it right. It's number 2 or whatever, and then suddenly all the regulars get the right answer. So I kind of figured that much, but I didn't want to insult anybody. It's freezing here. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, number 2 looks odd. I'd be good in time. Yeah, don't worry about it if you're here. It's like I always say, you know, when you see the hands and feet, that's a big giveaway. Let me just say thank you very much to Christia Rainstorm, 100 sec. Which country is that? Is that Poland? I've never guessed the right number. From now, my standard guess will always be number 7. I hope we get right in the future. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that, and I change them around so you get it right sometimes. But thanks for the super chat. Solar Life Portugal. That was really difficult, Pete. Great to see you run the competitions from your hotel. Kudos to you. Yeah. Do you know what it is? I wasn't going to do the competitions because they take a lot of time. And when I'm in the UK, I've got nothing better to do except make these competitions, right? All the pictures. And I thought, you know what? They're nice competitions. I'll do them. So because I've been doing them for so long, what I've been doing, now I'm running like the ones I did at the beginning. I'm hoping you won't kind of remember what the answers were. So I'm going to, you know, I'll try and do them every week when I'm here in Thailand till January. And then when I'm back in Thailand, I'll start doing fresh ones again. Okay. But they're good, aren't they? They break the evening up a little bit. And it's, you know, I can talk to the camera, but it's nice to have something different. And I will run the manga minute again before I go because we did that really early. And again, that's a rerun. Right. Okay. You're in Sweden. Good to know, Chris. I'm from Sweden. Okay. Just out of interest, I don't know if you've been down to Hua Hin, but there's a very Nordic community there. You know, in Pattaya, it's Germans, English, Americans, Australians from everywhere. But for some reason in Hua Hin, you have a lot of Swiss, Belgians, you know, that kind of area of Europe. You know, not you don't get so many English and Germans and Americans. There are some, but Okay, somebody else tell me that's Swedish currency. Okay, I won't forget in the future. Thai Billy Boy says it's thumbs up from me, Peter. Great life, cheers. Do you know what really gets me, Thai Billy Boy, is when I set it all up, I'm ready to go. I'm in a good mood, and then I lose a picture, I lose a sound, something goes wrong, and you really do lose your mojo, But I'm going to run it. I always do a 2-hour stream now. I try not to get carried away. Like, do you remember when I did that 5-hour stream with Ed? Jesus Christ! And then I started doing 3 and 4 hour streams because I was enjoying it. I was stuck in boring UK, but I try to limit it 2 hours. I think that's more than enough now. Right, Andy B. When I'm there, I have a huge. What do you have that's huge? Oh, okay. Andy, I thought you were telling me too much information there. Right, when I'm there, I have a huge breakfast and then go back to bed till 5 p.m. Is that normal? Not really. No, something funny there. Solar Life Portugal. How are you feeling, Peter? Hope you're enjoying yourself, but we are sure you must be missing the family. Yeah, I am. Of course I am. It is what you don't do in your life you regret. Yeah, it's okay. It's not like that. It's not like I made the decision and said, right, that's it. I don't want to be there anymore. I'm going to Thailand. My missus, my wife, has told me she doesn't want to know. My daughters are blood, so they'll always be around. But she, I haven't said I don't want to. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Damon, Stable Lodge is a Norwegian hotel. Is it Norwegian? I knew there was. I didn't know it was Norwegian. I thought it was Swiss, but yeah. Well, you can tell from the menu, can't you? Christy says, look at my background picture from Old Hua Hin Station. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, nice one, yeah. Of course, that's what I've just said, isn't it? Okay. Okay, Mercy Pull again. Out about 45 days in total in Thailand, I've only met about 8 Americans, and surprisingly enough, 4 of them were a group of college girls. Do you know what I've always wondered? I mean, I've got a lot of American friends out here. I've met a lot of Americans, but I've always wondered why, because it's such a long way, it's such a long flight, and I gather you can't go direct. You've got to stop off in Japan, and it's such a hassle to get here from America. I've done it the other way around. I've gone from Bangkok to Japan and then California. It's hell. It's hell. And I've always wondered why, the American mongers, why do they come out here? Why don't they go to like Mexico or Colombia or I don't know. I mean, it's on their doorstep, isn't it? Why do they come here? I mean, they're welcome to come here. It's as much as anybody else. But, I'm just kind of, I look at the map and I think, well, okay, Kev12364. I've answered that one a bit earlier, mate. Nazar. I think you've got 3 hours in your tonight, handsome man, Mr. Stanham. No, I'm really tired. Honestly, really tired. Okay, Michael. Hi, Peter. How many soapies have you had this week? No, I haven't had any yet. None at all. Oh, you've come in late, Mick. Is it Michael? Mick? It's rammed. It's rammed. I mean, I went to Walking Street last night. It was full on. You try and get a hotel in Soy Bacoa. It's very, very busy. You will struggle to get a budget hotel. They're all gone. When I was trying to stay here, and this was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I went around on my motorbike and I just went into all these budget hotels. Like, can you put me up for a month? Mind you, to be honest, because I said a month, they couldn't fit me in because I wanted to block a room for a month. But if you're only going for 2 weeks, they might be able to get you in. But in answer to your question, it's very, very busy. A lot of girls down here, a lot of girls. Mazza again. Peter, what are your upcoming plans? I thought you said you were leaving Pattaya for Hua. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. What happened there, I came here and my plan was to go to Hua Hin and Cha'am. But at the time, it was very, very wet. There was a lot of rain. There was a lot of flooding down south. And Hua Hin was getting, it was getting really flooded as well. So I thought there was no point going down there. Then I put in to do my retirement visa. And I thought, well, I might as well stay here because 1, it's cheap. 2, it's, it's easy going down here. It's fun. And I thought, well, there's no point in coming back for my passport. I might as well stay here to the end of the month, get my passport, go back to Bangkok, and then go down to Hua Hin because it's all starting to, the rain and everything's starting to ease off now. So I will be going there. I want to do a lot of filming. I'll probably go there for about 5 nights. I want to do a couple of nights in Chatham. Then I don't know what I'm going to do after that. Filth on a Stick, I have seen all your comments. Okay, I'll put that one up there. They should open direct flights from New York to Kink. That would be interesting. Richard says, I fly from Florida, takes a day, but always worth it. Yeah, of course it is always worth it. It's like even from the UK, it's a 12-hour direct flight from Heathrow for me. I hate it. I hate the flight going. I hate the flight coming home. I just love the bit in the middle, and you've got to do it, haven't you? You can't eat a nice cake without cooking it. Well, you can actually. You can go to Tesco's and buy it, but you know what I mean. I love that story about the rat and the crisp bag. You know, for some reason I'm looking at my bin now. Terrible. Jolly Fox, nice to see you in the stream, mate. We're nearly done, but good to see you in. Peter, Thailand is safer to visit than Latin America. Is that what it is? Yeah. Yeah. And also I would imagine if you're going to play Connect Four with some ladies, the build is different, isn't it? Out here, they're very petite, you know, and I know in some of those kind of Colombian, Mexican kind of style countries, some of the girls are quite big, aren't they? They eat well out there. I did wonder, that's all, because America, Mexico, and what have you is on your doorstep. For us in the UK, it's very easy to get here, but for the Americans, I know it's hell to get here. I suppose if the you know, it's worth getting here in the end, then you'll do the flight, whatever. Okay, boohoo, yeah, got it. Right, Jay Frost, have we ever run from you? I don't think we've had one from you tonight. Yep, it's a long way out there. You can't go to Mexico. It's unsafe. You can get okay. All right. You've answered my question now. So basically, what you guys are saying, the Americans, what you're saying is, yeah, you can go down there, find a bit of action, but it's not. You can't walk down the street late at night. You got to watch your back, and you could get mugged or knifed or whatever. I mean, it is very, very safe in Thailand. One of the best things about the land of smiles is you can go out at 2, 3 in the morning. Nobody's going to do anything to you unless you're stupid and start doing something really stupid. So, okay, I understand now. Got it. Yeah, okay. Everyone's saying the same thing. Look, Stephen Hill said they get robbed or kidnapped, etc. Very dangerous places, South America. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. I got it now. I understand. Jackson J, very good. I'm going to make a video of it. It'll be probably one of the most boring videos on YouTube if you're not into it. How was your experience taking the bus to Bangkok? It was very, very good. I wish I'd done it years ago. You know, you leave here, you pay 1,400 baht in a taxi, maybe 1,200 baht. You come back again at 3,000, go down to Hua Hin, 2,000, come back from Hua Hin another. Before you know it, you spent 20,000 in a month on taxis. 131 baht. Brilliant, brilliant. I've done a video where I leave here, I go to the bus station, I film it, I film the bus, I film getting off at Bangkok and all the rest of it, so you'll fully understand it. A lot of guys do it already. It's the way to go. I mean, Apple's going to kill me when she watches this, but what can I do? Lester Paul, again, any truth in reports police in Pattaya going into bars, etc., looking to see? Yeah, absolutely. It was on Facebook the other day. It was yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? It was the day before. It wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. What they were doing, nothing to worry about for you guys, but what they were doing, they were out in force, the boys in brown, and what they were doing, they went into Walking Street, and they were pulling random people, quite a lot of people, a lot of police out there, and they just wanted to see your visa, your passport, because by law you're supposed to carry your ID out here, and they just wanted to see. What I do, I don't know if you can see it. No, I won't show you because it's private information. But what I do, I take a photograph. The main things you need a photograph of here is your passport page with your photograph, and your visa when you've come in and when you should go out. They're the two things you really need. But I photograph everything, air tickets, flight reservations, and they'll accept it on the phone. They say you're supposed to carry, but they will accept it. And yeah, they were out in force 2 days ago. They were down Walking Street. They were stopping a lot of people. They wanted to see ID. You know, that you generally are permitted to stay here. And don't forget, guys, it's not just like Europeans and Americans. There's a lot of foreigners here who are from Southeast Asia who can come across on land borders who might take a risk with visas. So you've got Cambodians, Laos, you know, those sort of, they're really what they're looking for, you know, the people who are here. But then, you know, they wouldn't hang out on Walking Street because they wouldn't have the money. So they were kind of checking everybody. But yeah, in answer to your question, any truth? Absolutely, yes. And they're stopping motorbikes every day outside the police station on the beach road. I've been stopped now no less than 8 times. I was fined 500 baht the first time because I didn't have my international license. It was in the hotel room. I now keep it in the bike. It's routine now. They stop me, big smile, open the bike. There you go. Disappointment, cry, cry, cry. No 500 baht, and off I go with a smile on my face. They're quite nice about it, the police here. You know, it's not like in the UK they're miserable. You know, they talk down to you. But here in well, not just England, I suppose the rest of the world, but here in Thailand, it's all done in a kind of like sabai, you know, we're going to fine you 500 baht. I told you last week, I was in the police station, beautiful policewoman there taking my money, and she was very flirty, or maybe I was imagining it, I don't know, but unreal. Okay, Clive, I'll read this one out. I haven't vetted it. I hope it's going to be okay. I'm still off to, oh yeah, because you've got a new love in your life, haven't you, Clive? I'm still off to Manila, Peter. Wish the girl I'm talking to live near Pattaya. I'm off. It's probably a good thing that she doesn't live near Pattaya. You behave yourself then. Mark Hanley says, I've lost Mark Hanley. There he is. I just show the police my manga stamp. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, Sija Ready 21. Not sure what the message is there, but a big shout out to you anyway. Yoz, let's get one in from you before we go. Great contributor there, Steve. I made sure I got my internet. Yeah, it's £5.50. You go to in the UK, you go into a post office, say you want an international license. You've got to have a motorcycle license, so they won't stamp it that you've got one. But I'm going for the Thai driving license. If you go to see Lana Farang Visa Company, as long as you're qualified, you can bring your original, like an international license, by 3,500, car 4,500. You get 2 years the first time. If you're retired, you've got a retirement stamp, it gets renewed for 5 years. If you're not on a retirement stamp, it gets renewed every 2 years. Okay. Bamboo says pixelated Peter is better than no Peter. Is it still pixelated? I'm nearly done now, so I'm not even going to check. Mazza, Peter, good fellow, you would drink a whiskey with me. Yeah, I will. Mazza, cheers. All the best. I'm in Thailand. Why not? And I've got I'll tell you what, the noises are subdued now. I mean, about an hour ago, I was kind of getting a bit edgy. I was thinking, Jesus Christ, what's going on in this spooky place? But it's all gone silent now. Silence of the lambs. Right, I'll tell you what, let's do the manga. Let's run the manga minute, because I did it really early. It's an old one, because it says more mongering next Friday. And of course, there won't be. It'll be next Sunday. But I'll run this one more time, and then we're nearly done, guys. So let's leave with a nice smile on our faces. Just out of interest, the two girls in the yellow bikini, and there's one on the right, she's got kind of like orangey red hair. I actually met her last night. She actually works on LK Metro. So I think when that video was taken, somebody must have kind of bar find her and took her to a week or something, to a condo, a nice swimming pool. She brought her friend, and they did that little dance, put it up somewhere where I got it from, which I'm not going to tell you. But I actually met her last night, and I said, "Oh, I've seen you in the video." And she's like, "Oh, where was that?" And I thought, I better not tell her you on. I was going to say to you, you are a star on the manga minute, but I thought she might not appreciate it. But anyway, right, Geezers, thanks for a good stream, Peter, and please don't forget to like the stream. Yeah, thank you, Geezer. Do you know what? Like I keep saying to you, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and for me, although it wasn't my fault, I feel like it hasn't been the best of streams because, I was pixelated, I froze, the internet went down. It really winds me up. Let's hope, fingers and toes crossed for next week. I'll do another one next Sunday. We'll see how we get on. Yeah, I mean, what I was going to say, guys, I think I'm pretty much done. It's over 2 hours now. If you're coming out to Thailand, it's a good time to come out. It's very, very busy. Hopefully, you've got all your accommodation, everything sorted out. Um, that's probably about it. I mean, the ghostly noises have gone. I'm happy now. Thanks for being with me tonight, guys. Still nearly 400 in. I'll see you next Sunday. More videos this week, and hopefully the quality of the story, the quality of the stories next week will be better. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys, and good night.